We are back. Wait. Stevie disappeared. We are back with some Not Actually Heroes, The Forgotten, episode 2. So last time we got the party together and we kind of started on our hopefully very, very long campaign that'll probably last multiple years. So we'll just go around the table one more time and introduce everybody. I've got name tags for people now. So we got Big Sly TV. He is, I'm pointing the wrong way. He is one of our streamers.
And you have Anna and Russ backwards.
Oh no.
That's because mine refreshed, remember?
Oh, okay.
My
All right, so we can fix that.
I was gonna say,
sorry.
Anna really got a haircut.
That
I
think
out.
maybe we can fix it. No, I don't know that we can. All right, Anna will be Russ, and Russ will be for the moment. Anyway,
I expect y'all to roleplay as each other, roleplaying as your characters.
You gotta switch characters. Go for it.
A non-flight playing fighter. I can do this. This is fine.
We'll figure it out in just a second. So I've got some character sheet stuff below here. We got a sub there from Double Buck. Thanks for that. 8 months running. So we got Big Sly TV here. He's one of our streamers in our show. Anything you want to announce or anything, or just
that I'm Big Sly TV everywhere because I'm better than Clan Diesel.
Good enough. We got Excuseitis, who is here sometimes. Right now he's not there, so but there he is.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm excited.
So as I introduce you, if you have anything to throw out there, go ahead and throw it out there. If not, we'll just keep going. We got Josh next to him. Oh, Clan Diesel coming in with that sub. Get the mimic out there. And down on the next row, we got Double Buck playing our paladin in this session. It's me, Regan. Will be off camera.
Hi, hello.
He's another one of our streamers. So go check him out. Sure. We've got Russ, who is currently Anna at the moment, but that is Russ. And then Anna's on the bottom, who is Russ at the moment, but we'll fix that here shortly. I think I've got the D&D Beyond link over on the side over there. You can click on it and see their full character sheets on D&D Beyond. So if anybody wants to check that out. So anyway, last time, like I was saying, the party kind of converged on the city of Mondovas on the continent of Oss, and had a little standoff, I think, over a little situation, but they got their orders for their first mission that they need to go on, as they're members of this adventuring guild called Not Actually Heroes, and they've been sent to the city of Flint, which is a little southwest of where they are. So not long after they've left, they were camping, and Wynora and Ziri were having a conversation as they were on watch, and someone has snuck up on them and fired an arrow and struck Ziri in the arm. As you guys spin around and look into the darkness, and you see these just eyes kind of glowing in the darkness, and you hear a howl coming from the trees. I need everybody to roll for initiative as the rest of you kind of wake up.
Rolling for initiative.
Okay. Come on.
D20.
Big money, no whammies.
There we go. That's kind of what I
We can roll
expected
the
with the -1.
That is a 13.
Boom. 10.
Dirty 20.
20.
Give it a 10.
Dirty
A
20.
10.
A 10.
So if
Sorry.
you just want to type your initiative in the chat there, I will arrange you guys.
That's a Billy Bob reference from
Varsity Blues.
Varsity
Yeah.
Blues. Yes.
Don't you know Billy Bob can't count? You gotta ask him true false questions. Billy Bob, man here's holding up some fingers. True or false?
True.
That is the only thing I'm good for is old movie references and the occasional inappropriate joke. Okay,
Perfect.
more than occasional, but yes.
All right. Okay. So we're gonna have El Real up first. Go ahead and be thinking what you want to do there. And we've got.
What you want to do? What you want to do?
My stuff's taking forever. Can anybody see my deal?
No.
Yeah, I saw
No,
you.
because y'all.
Your initiative, no. What was it? I'll type it in for you.
I rolled a 14, if that's what you're asking.
You're gonna have
I
to
can't-
upgrade
I
to
can't
the
really,
2-potato internet, Russ.
Meridius.
I put it in chat for you.
So, okay, cool. Thank you.
It appears that Russ needs to feed those guinea pigs
Something's wrong
just
with
a
my
little
stuff.
bit
I'm not
more.
really able to
Yeah.
understand you guys too well.
And then
He's
we've
on
got,
He's on the 1-potato internet plan. He needs the 2-potato internet plan.
Kiltech.
Potato,
And then
two
we've got.
potato, 3 potato,
Oh,
4.
We need to start a GoFundMe for a
Suddenly,
Wi-Fi
I'm on-
extender for
I'm
Russ.
on the best they got.
This is me on my Wi-Fi extenders, so this is probably the only reason I'm on here.
Let's start a cheaper GoFundMe and just get a really long Cat 5 cable for Russ. I can get 100 foot of Cat 5 for like $9.
Clandis bringing out the shotgun modem reference in the chat. Oh, holy crap. That trumps the Varsity Blues reference by, I don't know, 10 years or so.
Well, I'm ready to whack stuff. Enemies.
Don't do that.
I said
I'd like to not
We
get hit
were
again.
about to get in a fight. Then Wynora started whacking.
Kai's already
saw
been
me
in the
hit you another way.
Kai's already been in the shower with her, and he's still uncomfortable over that. So
All right.
so let's not talk about whacking stuff.
So, El Real, you wake up, you're laying on the ground, and you hear the wolf howl,
Ow.
or that wolf sound howl through the trees.
Do I have enough time to flip my quiver onto my back? Or would I just have to like keep pulling them out of the quiver on the ground?
I mean, you can pick it up off the ground as you stand up, yeah.
Okay, so I'd flip my quiver up and I'd find the first pair of eyes that I see and just launch an arrow into them.
Okay, so roll with the disadvantage, as all you see is kind of a general area of where they
General
are.
area
So
of eyes, yeah. With disadvantage, that would be a 15.
a 15. All right, hang on. That is a hit. So roll damage on that.
9 damage.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Ariel, you jump up. You turn around. You see the glint of some eyes in the forest, and you just release an arrow, and you hear like a little. As you can tell that you think your arrow found purchase. All right. So now it is my turn. As
I don't think that's fair.
my turn.
Roll better, guys. Don't let me shoot first and then nobody distract them from me. I'm squishy.
We're low on the initiative meter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're low.
Oh, those are not wolves.
As
No, you're
Those are
I said I
your
heard wolf.
nulls.
He
Yeah,
said
but
you heard a
the
howl.
only thing we heard was a howl. Yeah.
They're Cylons, is what it looks like to me.
Werewolves and D&D.
Those look familiar.
Hey, as long as they go towards y'all and not us, you know.
All right, so this one comes down immediately because you shot it, and it's going to take a
aggro.
swing. It pulls a spear off of its back and just takes 2 swipes with its spear at you.
Okay.
How about
Couldn't survive all
that
the dodge.
is
Couldn't survive all the dodge.
that is an 11.
That misses.
All right, and that's even worse, an 8. So just as you just dodge the spear, and then on the other side, the one that ran out closer to Ziri, it takes 2 longbow shots at you guys over there. So that's not good. So it's Ziri. That's a 6.
Yeah, as I showed before. No.
No. Okay. I mean, you could have a 6 AC. I don't know. So I had to ask. Okay. I'm rolling horrible. And at Wynora, that's an 11.
An 11?
That's almost as insulting as the DM going,
Wow.
does a 24 hit? Yes, a 24
Yes.
hits.
Are you
Every
even,
time.
dude,
Every time, man.
are you even trying to play D&D right now?
I mean,
Because you missed.
Don't antagonize the DM.
No,
You
the
missed.
DM is drinking. Don't
What
attack
that
the
giant
DM.
red thing with flappy wings flying over our head?
You
all right,
just barely
Meridius,
missed
go while you can. So
It's game
As
over,
I
guys.
wake up and I stand up and grab my trident and my shield. From my travels through Oz, have I seen them before this?
yeah, you kind of recognize this type of creature. This one looks a little different. This one looks a little less,
Feral?
we'll say, ravenous or feral. This seems to be a little more put together.
Okay. Then I can just go ahead and move my character, right? If I'm going to move to the one next to Sly.
So where you were prone on the ground, you only have 15 feet of movement.
Okay.
So half your movement.
So does it count walking through people, like of my own team?
No, you can pass through a friendly character space. Yep.
So I can move to like right here.
You could. Yep. Yep. So that would be 15. Yep.
Well, in that regard, I want to throw my trident at the enemy beside Sly.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll an attack as you hurl the trident.
$12.
12. Okay. That is actually a miss. And what is the range on the trident?
20 and then 60.
All right. So it goes to probably about here on the map, and just kind of implants into the ground.
All right.
All right. Anything else? Bonus action or
No, that's it.
no? All right. Kai.
Okay, which one shot at Ziri? This one?
You're not really sure. I mean, you were asleep at the time, and at this point, you probably don't even know that Ziri's been hit.
I think last time we said that we heard her
Ziri
scream.
screech.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
heard her
Yeah.
scream,
She's-
and that's what woke.
She
That's what
screamed.
woke you up.
I
Okay.
don't know that you would know that she's been hit, but
Okay,
you do
then
know
I'm
that
go-
she's in trouble of some sort.
well, then I'm gonna make the educated guess that this one, and I'm gonna put myself. So I'm going. So I can move. I can move 3 because I'm prone,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
I can dash 6 more, which will put me right Meow.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, as a monk, I'm going to punch him in the face.
Yep.
All
That's what
right.
monks do.
Let me double check one thing there.
Because I can do that kind of thing as a bonus action. I can punch people in the face all day long.
Let's look here.
Fine.
So, when you use your attack action with an unarmed strike or a monk weapon on your turn, you can make one unarmed strike as a bonus action. So you didn't attack, so you can't. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So
I will scream menacingly as I reach his face.
Do you have patient defense yet?
I don't have. No, I'm first level.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have probably just committed suicide. but we will see. It's what Kai would do.
Yep.
It's what Kai would do. He ate a cookie on the way over there. Screamed it out once he got there.
If you were good enough of a bodyguard, I might be able to heal you before you die.
So that's his turn.
Oh my
God! I don't think I have any other.
All right, that's good stuff. Okay. So that is. And that was. All right, so passive perceptions. What do we got? What's the 16?
15.
15.
13.
12.
13.
Well,
All right, nothing higher than that. Okay.
There's friggin' more of them, and I just ran out here in the dark.
Yeah, there's 6 at least.
Let's check. Okay,
Big
Mordecai
rip.
doesn't have one either. All right, so you don't see, but out of the shadows from the right side, a couple arrows come flying in.
God.
So with advantage, that is
Tell the temple I died well.
that is a 17 against Mordecai. That is a hit, and that is 1d8 damage.
Let's not kill Clan's character when he's not here.
9 points of damage. Oh, and he is
Not
he is
kill.
he is down.
Yeah.
He is down.
God damn it.
He is a. Yeah.
He is down.
Job
I
plan.
have to spend my action healing a character that's already down.
So let's see. Let's put a marker where he's down. All right, the second arrow comes at Stanasi with advantage. That is a 15.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so
Antagonize the DN.
This will be the shortest campaign in the history of D&D.
It is labeled
Yeah,
as
you're
forgotten.
just like,
Five.
man, I just really want to hit these characters so badly that they all died at once.
We spent a month writing backstories. We die in the first encounter.
I'm Stanasi's
Five.
hurt.
5
Still
points. That's 5
Still
points of
standing,
piercing
but she hurt.
damage. All right.
Ugh.
I can't heal multiple
Keltash.
people at once.
Keltash.
I can't.
so because of my poor connection, I was actually a little bit out of the last session and the recap. So I'm just coming from being asleep, right?
Yeah, we heard them scream, and then we woke up and combat started.
And you just noticed Mordecai has fallen beside you.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so on my right, partner's falling down, partner's going down. On the left,
Yep.
someone's being attacked. I don't know who just shot Mordecai.
No. No, it came from like off to the right side of the map there. Just you only have 15 foot of movement from where you are. You do see Mordecai just takes an arrow to the chest and just falls back into you and falls to the ground. And then another comes and like hits Stanasi across the arm as she just grabs her arm as she's standing up.
I'm gonna go right here.
Okay. And you see like roll a perception check just to see if you kind of gather where the arrows came from.
Oh man.
10. So I mean, it's kind of over there. We'll say in this area, in this area here. So you'll be firing with disadvantage if you fire like a ranged attack.
No. I only know this guy. I just moved over there to kind of do the stupid heroic thing. Oh, Brenda!
Yeah.
Like that. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot this Celtic.
This is a bad guy, right? My resolution on the screen is so god awful.
This guy here is a bad guy, yeah.
Bad guy.
All right.
Just like this wolf-looking creature. Well, it's like more like a dog-looking creature, kind of like standing up on two legs, just with like basic like leather armor on. And is that a natural 20? What is that? No, that's not natural.
No, that's the max damage on the.
That's just the maximum damage. Okay, but it didn't roll for the attack, did it?
No.
He auto hits.
Hey, come on. This is
Yeah,
Keltash we're talking about here. Keltash. Bunch of Weisenheimers. Keltash puts them in the place.
I'll let you keep that down. Is that the hit?
There we go.
Yeah. What?
Holy
That's
crap!
what it is.
Yep,
All
that's
right.
a hit.
He rolled a 17.
That's about right. Yeah.
How would you like to do this, Keltash?
I want his head like in an anime. I want the arrow to go through, but like the overpressure from the arrow just like canoes his head. And just like
Keltash gets up, picks up his crossbow, looks around, takes a step back, and fires like right over Elreal's shoulder as it kind of splits the Gnoll's head just in twain, and blood splatters out on Elreal.
First kill, right? You got first kill.
First
That
kill.
is that first kill of the campaign.
And then he died for being an idiot.
Technically, I got the first kill, but
Yeah.
we'll let you have that.
Technically, he's not dead.
First
not
easy
dead.
kill.
You can't count it as a kill until he's dead.
All right, I'm gonna roll death saving throws for the Gnoll too. Technicality. All right. All right, Keltash. What else?
All right. Well, let me see here. I don't have any. I was just making sure I didn't have the pack that has. Isn't there a pack that has a potion in it? But I don't think I got that. There we go.
I don't know that they come with potions.
No.
No, they don't come with potions, unfortunately. You have to either make one or buy one.
Zeri, you're up next, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Good. Okay. All right, Zeri.
Don't put any unnecessary pressure on the cleric. First thing I'm gonna do is fly up 25 feet above my friend right here beside me.
All right. So you fly up. Okay. How high?
25.
25. Okay, I'm gonna put that on the green marker there on your. Okay.
Because we were sitting down as well, so I assume that I only have half movement.
You're not prone. No, you weren't prone. So you were in an actively defensive state, kind of. So you have full movement. You and Wynora to do. The others were kind of caught off guard.
Well,
so
I'll just look at her and I'll say, "Stay there if you can," and I will look around. Can I do a perception check real quick and see how many gnolls there are from my new vantage point?
If you do that, that is your action. That you'll be actively looking to survey the battlefield. So you're good with that?
Yeah, I have healing word as a bonus action. So.
That's cool. All right. Go ahead. You can roll.
Okay, that is okay. It's okay. That brings it up to 16.
16. Okay. I'll let you roll with. Do you have dark vision? You do, right? Is it 60 feet? Okay. So let's see.
You allowed me regular dark vision because bird, owl.
Okay, I will let you roll with advantage because you flew up and you kind of have an angle down. So roll a second roll there.
Okay, just very slightly better. That is 18 instead.
18. You can't see. I mean, you kind of have the feeling that there is at least one more Knoll hiding around, but you can't see them. I rolled very well for their stealth rolls. So.
Yeah, apparently. I just warned everybody. There's probably more, and I will send a healing word to our weak little sorcerer. God fucking damn it.
All right.
God. And I'm definitely 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, he's still within 60 feet. So healing word, the little motherfucker.
All right. So 5, that's pretty good. So
Mordecai is mortified.
Yeah, he's back to almost full fucking health.
He's over half at least.
Shaking.
all right. So he is still prone as he feels himself coming to, and you see him pull the arrow out and just kind of his arms just go back down, but he's just laying there.
Message for you, sir.
And she gives a war screech.
Best war screech ever.
All right. So we got
my
Wynora and Stanasi.
Stevie,
You guys can
Stevie, go first.
choose. Okay. All right. Good.
Okay, I'll take it first. So, Diz just strategically placed one of them right out of my range of movement and attack. Good job on you. And then the other one got its head split. So as I looked over where El Real was, I see that one's head just kind of like splits. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's fine. And then I
I'm
hear
sorry.
her. She takes
I
off.
decided to start playing D&D, so
Oh, I'm glad you showed up for class.
He got a book and everything, guys. He was prepared.
You just left everything right out of my way. So I hear her yell to try to stay if I can. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look up and be like, damn it. And I'm going to drop my Warhammer. If I can do this, I'm going to drop my Warhammer,
yeah.
grab a javelin, and throw it. And I'm going
Okay,
to throw
yeah.
it at the wolf howling man where Kai's at.
That is
Okay.
a
Try to
D&D
make an attempt
thing.
at the throw. And while I do this, I'm just kind of pissed off. I have to drop my Warhammer right now.
Mm.
And so I rage at the same time. Like, damn it!
Yeah,
Rage and then
You
grab
drop
my
your
javelin.
Warhammer, it lands on your foot. You're just.
Well, let's see what the roll says first.
Yeah, come on. You get a D4.
I'm gonna add that +4. That +4.
Yeah, get that D4 in there.
Ooh, that is a 19,
19 hits.
and that is 10 damage too.
That's good
6
damage.
on the roll plus 4, so 10 damage. So I didn't hit my foot apparently.
So that 4, was that including your rage damage?
Ooh, no, rage 2 more.
You get
damage,
2,
so
right?
12.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
12 damage.
Yeah, because the
Write a
the
sticky
D4
note,
is
yeah.
just to help with his attack.
Yeah, I know. I need to put like something right up. I
Yeah.
was like, where is everything on my phone? And I will stay put right, or I would move maybe 1 space up.
Yeah,
As I
you can
threw,
move.
I
you
would
can
have
move
moved
like
1 space up.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Still
and
within range.
that will be my action. Bonus action was to rage, so that is my turn. I'll move my character.
All right. Stanasi.
So I hear the war screech from Ziri over there. So I'll
Yeah.
move up. I'll move up 15 feet real quick. So 1, 2,
Yep.
3, and kind of see while Wynora was where
So
she threw her javelin.
You're half elf, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you have dark vision. So I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah.
who might have issues here. If you don't have dark vision, please tell me.
I think we all have dark vision.
I think we're all good. Yeah.
Are you all good? I know Russ
'Cause
does
even
not.
Talistar,
Oh, Russ?
yeah,
Keltash does
Talistar.
not. Yeah.
Ain't no
And I'm-
stinking
Silly
humans
And I'm
here.
not sure about Meridius. But Meridius is pretty
60
close
feet
to
of dark vision.
Yeah, so you're good, yeah. And
Okay.
what about Kai? Kai?
Half elf.
Half elf, yeah. So it's just
I always play a half elf.
Yeah.
You know it's gonna happen with me.
All right. Sorry.
No,
what
you're,
are you
you're
doing?
good. You're good. So I yelled to Kai to duck his head down as I prep to throw a fireball.
Wait,
at,
what?
at the person.
He's a level 1. He doesn't have
Whoa!
fireball. He means
It's
fireball.
It's fireball.
Firebolt. Yeah, that's my bad. Firebolt. Sure.
Fireball kills all of us. Firebolt hits only him.
There you go. Thank you, Sly.
I didn't ask if I was in a forest. I said I wanted to throw a fireball.
So, yeah, firebolt.
If he had thrown a fireball, Kai would have uttered his first and last curse word.
Looked up and gone, oh, fuck.
in that moment.
A 16, that hits, yeah.
That hits.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
there we
Yeah.
go.
All right, and there you go.
10 damage, okay. All right, so the javelin hits the knoll. It's Kai, you run up to it, maybe with your eyes even closed, and when you open your eyes up, you just see javelin sticking out of its chest and like a hole like just smoldering in the sun as it falls over.
As a free
I like
action,
how
I
Stenassi warned
pray
him to
and
duck.
thank the gods for protecting me.
That's good. That's good.
I didn't
Alright,
even warn you to duck. I just threw it.
Oh,
Screw it.
all right. Anything else, Stenassi?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right.
That thing's
Alright,
still
my
on its
turn.
feet.
I mean, there's fire surrounding her character icon, so it only makes sense.
If you only knew.
Oh, it's down. Okay.
All right. So that one.
Did we have any idea where this last arrow was coming from?
All
I
right.
tried to find him, guys. I tried.
All right. So,
It said earlier it came from like this direction.
all right. So another arrow comes out at Ziri,
Hey.
kind of down
Yes, the
from
flying
like the left bottom side of the map. Just the one flying up in the air.
So over this direction.
Yeah, that's
this-
that one. That's a 21.
Ooh.
Of course, whatever aims for me.
And well, not great damage. That's only, I think it's, let's see, double check, 4 points of piercing damage.
It's a lot when you're getting hit.
All right, and then a second arrow comes at Wynora,
Come for me.
and that is a 23.
Yeah, you got me.
All right, and that's only 3 points of piercing damage, which is half
Is this like a sexist thing?
half to
Are
two.
the gnolls just going after the ladies?
What? Yeah. How dare you?
we can have a discussion about Knowles later, but
Wait,
in
do I
my
take 1 point of
podcast,
damage?
Knowles on women.
And why Noah's
Or
words come
maybe-
for me. Oh god.
Maybe what you're actually talking about is the gnolls of women.
It's
The real social boundary.
it's me. I sit down with a knoll in between two ferns, and we talk about issues that affect society today.
I hate all of this right now.
I ask very deep diving questions, and it just growls and bites at me. So
And
it's very entertaining.
On a grassy knoll, that would be just too much.
Yep.
Did you
On a
have
grassy
that,
knoll.
That's what's
Did
firing
you
at us.
have the damage?
That's
it's
why
3
we can't
points.
find it.
It's half to 1.5, and I always round up, so it's 2. So
Round up.
everything
Yeah,
in my sessions round up. Healing, damage,
All right,
I
across the board.
guys, I'm
It
almost
hurt.
dead.
it hurts a little for every single time,
2
even if it
points of
rounds down.
damage.
I know better than that. I know about how much health you have. Well, I know how much health you have.
All right.
I'm looking all right.
Because of those arrows flying out, Kai, Wynora, and Ziri roll another perception check to see
Do I
if
get
you can
advantage again
tell.
'cause I'm in the air.
Hey, I'm good at
And-
perception.
Do I get
I wanna make
advantage because I'm in the
sure.
air
No.
again?
You are,
Still?
yeah, you would still have an advantage, yes. Yeah.
So I got
there we go.
I got a 12 plus 5, so 17.
And I'm going to re-roll his stealth.
That's a 17. That's a 17 and a 19. So I have a
Ooh, okay.
21.
I've got a 18
No, 22.
on perception.
22.
What did you roll, Kai?
17.
17. Okay, so you guys see this guy down here. Okay?
Where?
Okay,
Hi.
yeah, I see him.
Kai
Agree
was a
to
free
be-
action would point and yell, "He's over there!" Not that anybody can see where Kai's pointing. That wouldn't matter
Are
to
you
Kai.
a stormtrooper?
Dark vision. We can all
He's
see it
over
except for Russ.
Yeah, Keltash, every single time he just
Russ
swipes in
is
the dark.
standing. Yeah, Russ is standing by the campfire, going, "What's happening?"
On Mordecai's turn, I don't know how Clan would play it, but this is how I feel like it would be played in a, just a scene. He rolls over and grabs his backpack that has the documents in it,
Fucking
tucks it
back.
to his chest,
So
and crawls over next to El Real, like right up next to your leg. And is just kind of looking around, kind of still in
I
a
just see
prone
him on the
state.
side of my vision. I just shake my head. Fucking wasted
Oh.
healing on him.
All right,
Keep the paper
and
safe.
it's my turn again, and a couple of arrows come flying out at Meridius there from below. That is a 23 to hit.
Yes.
That hits.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give
it's
him
not just a
uncanny
girl's.
dodge.
Okay, because that was going to be 9 points of damage. With that uncanny dodge, it's reduced to 5 points of damage. Yep. Second arrow comes out at
Wow.
El Real.
So he's playing McCall with these roles.
Uh,
27.
Oh,
Does a 27
Buck, I
hit?
gave you uncanny dodge. I can't give myself. Now they're shooting me.
El Real, that's a. Let me double check. I think it's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hit. Just
That one
barely.
hit. Okay. All right. That is 8 points of piercing damage.
I'm fine.
Still good. Still good. All right.
Yeah, I'm
That is
good.
the end. That's the end of round 1.
Can we see anybody that's
you
shot on that
guys,
side?
you guys on that side of the map.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, there's more.
The 5 of you roll a perception check.
Advantage again?
Not Ziri. Ziri's focused
Oh.
on the other side, so just the 5 around the
Okay.
campfire there. And I'll
right.
re-roll his stealth.
Oh
It's
my
not as
gosh.
good.
21.
21.
Ooh.
All right.
There we go.
Let's
That
go.
plus
Three.
6 to perception helps.
Mordecai.
No,
Oh,
he-
yeah.
Keltash.
I might need another shot of fireball to handle
All
Yeah.
right. So
Nice.
Mordecai and even from his sitting position, Mordecai and El Real see this guy down here. Just kind of hunkered down like in a bush, like popping up and shooting arrows. All right. So El Real, start of round 2.
I'm going to take a step. Oh. Take a step down. And who else? It was just me and Clan's character, that's all, right?
Yes.
I just rolled an 11, so I probably.
As I take a step
You
down,
know,
I'm gonna
yeah,
look at it,
11's
I'm gonna stare at him and go, he's right there. Whack! And shoot an arrow straight into him to point out where he's at. for
All
everybody.
right.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll for hit.
That is a 19 to hit.
19. That hits.
Nice.
That is max damage. So 8 plus 4 is 12.
Ooh, there we go.
Nice. All right, you just hear as you see like an arrow strikes him like in his like left side, just it's just kind of stuck in there. All right. Anything else?
I would like to look over at Sanasi, right? And go, do you have any healing? As I shot that arrow.
I don't.
Do you say that just so she can hear, or do I hear it too while I'm
I mean,
enraging and
I
stuff?
wouldn't be like super quiet about it, but I'm not like trying to hide it from anybody.
Well, we are in a battle.
But we are in a
Meridius?
battle.
Yeah.
You're up.
Just planning on what I might do then.
So you said that my weapon is 2 spaces behind that dead knoll.
It is probably about like right here, roughly. Like probably
Is it
right
an
there.
action to pick it up, or just a bonus action to pick it up?
It's a free action to pick it up.
Okay.
You just have to get there.
Then
Yep.
I'm gonna go there and get my weapon,
Okay.
because that'll be my 30-foot of movement.
So, yep. Runs up
And
there and
then-
picks up your trident.
If I wanted to use, for example, use dash as my action to make it back to the group and not be out here by myself.
Yep.
Would I get the 30 feet to come back,
Yeah, you do. Yep.
or
Mhm.
or the equivalent of what I want to use?
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. So then I will move right here.
Okay. Standing over top of Mordecai with your trident.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Kai, standing in front of a smoking knoll over there.
Is this is a road or a wall?
That is a
right?
road.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you one.
You've got like a heavy forest up to the top of the map, which
right
is
here,
the map
northern
is actually
area.
kind of upside down because the top is kind of south and the other way is north. But you have a heavy forest up to the top, and more towards the bottom of the map, it's just there's trees just kind of speckled throughout. So
Okay, then I will move to right meow, and I will play darts, hopefully with this one's face.
all right.
Yeah, let's go, dart buddies.
That gets me to within 20 feet, so it's within range. So that is a 10 plus whatever 5. Yes, 5. So 15.
15 hits, yeah.
Oh wow.
And you just gave me the best idea for my next character. I'm going to play a monk that is like the drunken style who only uses darts.
Full damage. So 7 damage.
Because you start playing darts better when you're drunk, right? So
Ew.
7 damage.
So
Of
I
course
stick a
you
dart
do.
in his forehead.
Like it hits it in the eye, and it's
Woo.
And that's all I can do.
all right. All right, my turn. All right, so rushing up out of the darkness. Here comes a knoll at Keltash, who kind of jabs at you with a spear,
Nothing.
and that is a 10. Probably not, right?
Little puppy.
And a 12.
Yeah.
God, the spear attacks on these things not working for me.
Diz, quick
Yeah.
question. I think either way, I have my reaction back. But do we do reactions at the top of the round or on your turn?
I do
Is
it.
it your turn?
It's supposed to be, I think, your turn, so your full cycle. So
But
when
either
it
way,
hits your
I have
turn-
my reaction back because I did it on Buck before my turn.
right. So
either-
I think the best way probably to do it is at the top of the round. I don't know, because if you do it when your turn comes back around, that it doesn't match up from when you used it, right? So
I mean, as long as you're doing it only once between turns.
I mean, it's hard to keep, like, if say everybody starts doing reactions, that's gonna be hard to keep track of. So let's just say top of the round right now, so you have it back. Yep.
I was about to say either way, I was the top of the round too.
You were, yeah. So, yeah.
It was the same. I just wanted to know for.
For now, we'll say that. I will do research on that and see what other people do. All right. Keltash, your turn.
Well, I had different plans, but now I have different plans. So I'm
Profound.
going to drop my crossbow
Whoa.
and I'm going to slash at this new, fresh-faced individual
Time to slash a pup.
with an 18.
18. Yeah, that hits.
And a 9 damage.
Nice. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And then
He's rolled max damage
Yeah,
twice.
you done match damage twice.
Nice.
then I'm also
But
know
internet, y'all.
We know who paid extra to roll 20 this month.
Nope, never mind. That's all I got.
All right,
I've tried tweeting nice things at him. It doesn't work. By the
All
way.
right, Ziri, 25 feet up in the air. You kind of see the gnolls out on the battlefield there. Don't know if there's more.
Well, of
Well-
course, there's more.
It's always more.
There's always
Um,
more.
There's more. Right.
Yeah, I mean, the best I can do right now is shoot him. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Shoot him until dead.
Yep. So I'm gonna shoot this one because he got a good hit on me, and I'm pretty pissed off. I'm gonna pull out my short bows. And I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot like no tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, that is 19.
19. And what's the range on short bow? It's
It
It's not
is
as-
80 to 320.
80.
So
So
I
you're
got
good.
just
Yeah,
within.
you're good.
Yeah.
All right, what was
Yeah.
the hit?
It was
What was-
19 to hit.
19 hits. Yeah.
Which one are you shooting at?
So
The
I think
you
it's the
threw a
one
dart
down
at,
here
I
in front
believe.
of. Yeah.
yeah, right there. Yeah, because he's the one who shot me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get my D6.
One of the
and
ones that shot her.
Well, to be fair, you are up in the air making yourself a target. And if we survive,
Well, back
Kai's
then
going
I
to
was on the
talk to
ground.
you about this. Well, yeah, the first
back
one.
back I was on the ground. Yeah. So that is 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay. You guys are rolling good on damage.
I rolled a 5, man.
That's good. Good damage. Yeah. Yeah. So you hear, he has a dart kind of sticking out of its face. I think there was did someone hit him with an arrow or something before?
That was
Just
the other
us.
one.
No, yeah, this one, I think I was the first
It's us
one that.
two, right?
So the other
Yeah.
one's a dart. Now he has an arrow sticking out of
Elvril hit
right
the other
side.
one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take an arrow out of my inventory. That is my turn.
Okay. Wynora and Stenasi. So I think Wynora is going first. So.
All right. So, I kind of, in my rage, I'm kind of frantically looking around for the next target to go after. And I see
point
that-
towards the one I hit. Yeah.
I see that one, and I turn and I look by the campfire, and I see one that's being kind of surrounded. I look over at El Real. What do you kind of look like to me right now?
I mean,
He would be bloody.
You
I
can
would be-
roll if you actively want to look to see what he looks like, you have to roll a
it would be
perception
an
check.
action probably.
And
yeah.
I will take an action from you.
Yeah, that'll burn your action, so I wouldn't do that. Let him
Now-
die, it'll be fine.
Now if passively, what's your passive perception? I can tell you what you see passively.
12.
12. I mean he's standing.
Mhm.
It is kind of dark. He is standing
Yeah.
behind Stenasi, so but you can tell he's standing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So So I think what I might do is I'm gonna move. Let's see if I can move my character. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You walk over and
Four.
you attack a rill.
Yeah, I'm running over. I'm gonna hit. No, I'm running over.
Smack
I
her
run
hand as she
over
comes.
my warhammer, so I don't even pick it up. But
Yeah.
while I'm running, I grab another javelin and I'm gonna throw it at that wolf humanoid guy that's next to Keltash
Okay.
and make my attack roll. All right,
Nice try.
let's go. 16,
16 hits.
and that would be actually I forgot to add the 4. That would be a 20. Damage is 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Keltash, or Wanora, you come running. As you're running, you pull the javelin out and you kind of put your hand on Stenasi as you kind of brace yourself and just kind of you just kind of whip that javelin like right down that line across all those people and just kind of strike the knoll.
Yes! I'm good at that sidearm, guys. Just give me my warhammer. I'll start throwing this sidearm. Sweet. And that will be my turn. So
All right. Did you add your rage damage? Or also, is rage damage
Yes,
on throne? I'm not sure. It's fine.
Probably not.
We'll come back to
Maybe
that.
subtract
I'm-
2.
Isn't it any physical attack though?
I'm not sure. We'll come back to that. It's not
I'll look,
gonna make
while
or
y'all are
break.
doing that, I'll
So-
look into it real quick.
I got
Stenasi.
it, CV, so you don't have to turn your.
So,
Thank you.
so while Winona is doing all that, I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
at the one that Sly. What's your character's name again?
El Real.
El Rio. So El Rio had told me he's over there, so I throw another firebolt.
And then promptly shot an arrow at.
Yeah, so I'm throwing a firebolt at the same guy over here. This dude down here at the bottom.
Oh, that down the bottom. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of those archers, man.
At 8.
Oh.
No, that is gonna miss.
Well, yeah.
As you do hit a tree and it catches on fire, but
I like to see that. See any people hiding in the fire?
no, you don't see anything. Any other like
Into
glowing
the fire?
eyes or anything down there?
That was a good call, though, to see. Oh, hey, it just
Yeah.
lit up the entire
Yeah,
forest.
it did. Down here, it's kind of pretty well lit up, so you don't see anything else down there, at least.
Great. Okay, well that's
Okay.
the end of my turn.
All right. So this guy down here, in front of Kai, he turns tail and runs off into the forest.
Fuck you,
What?
you fucker. No.
Kai, as a free action, would yell, "Coward!"
All right.
You
Mordecai's
will
turn.
not get our full
Um,
rest if that guy gets leave.
He stands up and kind of gets a little bit of courage to himself and walks over and tries to stab this knoll with that rusty dagger.
Oh, put that rusty dagger away. I've seen you
Keltash
use
again
it.
stabbed with a rusty
He
dagger.
did have a
I hope
rusty
that's
dagger,
too
right?
Yeah,
bad.
you.
He did have that,
That was
right?
all he had.
Yeah, he did.
He may have one of
actual
my
rusty
hammer-
dagger.
Oh goodness. Okay. All right. That would be dexterity. That is a 22 to hit. Yeah. So that hits.
That knoll needs a tetanus shot now.
If this character kills an
Yeah.
enemy, I will be surprised.
With a D4 dagger. You can do it.
The
You do.
D4 dagger.
That knoll has taken some hits, though, I believe.
So everything
at
I
the right
see,
And that's
everything that I see
4
says
points of piercing damage.
rage
Wow.
damage counts on thrown weapons as long as it's a thrown melee weapon like a javelin or
Huh.
a
So that
weapon
would
that
work
you
then.
can melee with or throw.
So
if it's
javelins
a
are, right?
bow- If it's a bow, that doesn't get rage damage because you're not actually physically putting your strength into it.
What about, even with an improvised attack? Like, if I had thrown my Warhammer,
Yeah,
Could that-
because you're throwing a melee weapon.
I melee.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Thank you.
Throwing a warhammer. It's like throwing a sledgehammer.
Throw my back out.
Uh,
Oh. Roll for back surgery.
Ooh.
I'll do it. I'm dexterous.
All right. 4 points of damage as he stabs the knoll. And then on this other knoll's turn down here, he turns and runs off into the forest as well.
The fucking archers.
All right. Round 3, El Real.
How far did that guy get?
Who? The one that you've been
The
shooting
one
at?
that was down low. Yeah, the one I was shooting at that took off and ran.
I mean, he ran off out of sight. You can use your action to roll a perception, or you can try to track it if you would like to.
Well, I was gonna run my 30 feet down.
Yeah.
And take a shot because I have,
Covered in shields.
I will let you roll
600
probably
range.
with. Let's you roll perception. I'm gonna roll just a stealth check against him, and then we'll see if
Can
you get
run
disadvantage or
and
not.
He's
same
running.
time?
No, I'm just kind of comparing because he runs off and zigzags through the woods, so it's
Okay.
just per chance whether you can see him or not. So
That's fair.
he's trying to be.
I
Oh,
got
that's
Serpentine.
I got a 13 plus 6, so 19.
that's a 22.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't see him.
I've been rolling this stealth very well, but yeah. So you can fire with disadvantage, but
Still gonna fire at him.
Yeah.
There's a high likelihood for it.
yeah.
Okay, not great, but not bad. That is 9 plus 6 is 15.
15 would hit, yeah.
That is 9 more damage.
Okay. You hear the whelp, but you don't hear a body hit the ground. So
I put some damage into this.
Oh, steroid. He must be a barbarian ranger.
He has to be, right?
Barbarian Knoll. Barbarian Ranger. Okay. Anything else, so real?
I would probably sing, as Wynora has now come back. Make some.
So you moved 30 feet down, though, right?
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
So I would.
So
be,
yeah,
like
yeah,
here.
somewhere down there. Yeah.
Turn around and we've gotten away. And then this guy's still up.
That guy is still up. Yeah, he's still engaged.
I would yell at Wynora and point at him. That one stays.
Yes.
All right, Meridius, your turn.
I'm gonna walk over here between Mordecai and the knoll, and I'm gonna attempt to hit it.
Okay.
That's a 20 to hit.
That is a hit. So roll damage.
That is 2 plus 4, so 6.
6. All right. So you kind of, as Mordecai stabs into the knoll, you kind of roll up under where his arms extended, in between the knoll and Mordecai, and as you're kind of kneeled down, you kind of jab your trident up into its chin, right up into it, and pull it back out, and he just stumbles backwards and falls down.
Oh.
All right. At that, there are no more combatants on the field at the moment. So
Mhm.
what would you guys like to do?
I want to pick my warhammer up and maybe recover my javelins if they're still pretty usable.
Okay.
If there's time to kind of grab all that stuff.
There is whatever you guys want to do. If whether you want to, if you're worried about tracking these things, or if you're going to just be okay with letting them run off and you just gather your resources.
Oh, actually,
It's up to you.
You know, I
set that
might-
down.
can I move
I
back,
would pursue.
grab my warhammer, and dash down towards like where El Real is, because I may continue going because I still have that rage
Yeah.
kind of triggering at the moment. So what
Okay.
I'll do is I'll be like, I'll run, grab my warhammer, and then I'm gonna use dash.
Yeah, Kai would do the same
Did I
thing.
see what?
So my warhammer
Did I
was
see
right
what
here,
direction
so it's
they were
5,
going before I flew
10.
down?
You see what direction those two are going. You do see what direction the gnolls kind of went in as they were fleeing.
Yeah, I would chase the one that was standing right here because he was only 20 feet from me.
I would be
I'd let
chasing down
them
this way.
know.
Okay, you can imagine I don't have like 50 acres of forest land
What?
on a battle map. So I would need anybody who's tracking them to roll a survival check.
Okay.
This is not
I
going to
will
go well.
be attempting to do that too.
I'm
Survival.
Just throwing this out there, guys. I can light up the trees behind us.
Also, Mr. Ranger,
Just throwing it out there.
I don't know what types of like favored terrain you have or favored enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think he has anything yet at first level.
I do.
I don't know if he
Diz,
does
I
or
got
not.
a
I can't
2.
remember.
I
A
do.
2?
It doesn't come into. My favorite enemies are elementals, if you'll remember, for reasons.
Okay.
And
Alright,
favorite terrains are mountainous.
Okay, so this is definitely not
So
mountainous.
This doesn't come into effect, but I did roll 22 on my
And I did
survival.
Nice.
give them a direction to go to. Yeah.
I
Oh
rolled
wait, ability
14.
checks too. Hold on, +4. Yeah, I got a 6.
I think you're out of the 30 feet though, aren't you?
Zeri, as you're pointing out which
Yeah,
directions they were
I think
going
so.
in, the
Just a
other
2.
characters are like, we saw them run that way as they're running off past you.
I'm on the road.
Yeah. Wynora is kind of, she runs out into the woods past the burning tree and is just stopping and just looking around, and El Real runs past you.
I kind of expect the burning tree to speak to me, but
And
it
you
doesn't. So I just
You see him and you kind of turn and go after. Kai, what did you roll?
14.
14. Okay, so I'll roll. All right, Kai, you spend probably about 15 to 20 minutes looking, and you can't find any signs of where this gnoll went. El Real with Wynora on your heels.
She's
I
worried
don't know if
about you.
anybody else joined them, but the two of you find this gnoll kind of hunkered up against a tree, just barely clinging to life.
my rage is off by this point.
Yeah,
Then
I just pinned him to the tree.
Okay.
and I'll stand
right.
there and maybe I'll put my arm down on the shoulder while I see him with his bow
Yeah.
pinned onto him.
You just hold the gnoll in place.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I'm letting
not
loose
letting it
the
go.
arrow as I see him and
Oh,
pinning
I
him to
thought
the
we
tree
were-
with the arrow.
I thought we
Okay,
were
from
doing
range, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing the full Book of Eli there, where we lean up on him and we have a quiet moment with him, and then we stab him in the stomach.
I was seeing Boromir there with just.
Yeah.
I was expecting Aragorn to fly out and grab Elric, knock him out.
Hey, if I had a shield, I would have hit him around the throat with it like this. Oh,
All right, so just roll an attack with advantage.
I'll be.
Don't even worry about damage as long as you hit him.
Yeah, 18, something like that.
18 hits. It only had 1 hit point, so it's just you just put an arrow right into its heart as it just.
And when it does that, I'll push the arrow further as much as I can into the tree.
All right. So with that,
That was a decision.
all the combatants are gone. Beyond you guys being able to find them.
So I would.
That is what we needed.
After that, I would pull what arrows I could salvage out of him.
All right.
And-
So remember, you only get half of your ammunition
Yeah,
back.
So I took 4 shots.
Javelins, you usually can find all of them as long as they didn't like fly off a cliff or something. So,
They stuck into their targets.
But as I'm doing that, I would be kind of wiping the blood off the tips as I'm putting them back in my quiver. I'll look at Wynora and go, only one thing I've ever shot at lived. And I'll start walking back to camp.
And as he walks away, I was gonna say something, and I was like, Yeah. I'm just gonna walk away too. I don't even look at the body. I just walk away. Follow.
Is the
Sirius
tree
just.
Kai
What
would
was that,
book it.
Russ?
Yeah, what were you saying, Russ?
the tree that's on fire? Like, how on fire is it? Is it something I could have put out while they were taking down the knoll?
It's at this
fire.
point it's not like fully engulfed, but it is smoking pretty good. So yeah.
I would like to try.
Okay. So
I
let's
don't-
just
I
roll a
don't want to-
survival check. As you just kind of find some water there and
I have something I want to do too when we
a
get
5.
Yeah.
You make a valiant effort, but you just don't have enough water. But you can tell that the tree's too green. It's only going to burn a little bit and it's going to go out. So
Yeah.
most likely. So
I just don't want the whole forest to come towards the burning tree.
we're like in
when
midsummer right here, so it's pretty green everything. So
When Kai comes over to my side, Ziri's just like, I am going to fall asleep, and she just goes on the ground. Kind of a bloody mess.
all right, so Ziri passes out. Mordecai just grabs his backpack and kind of hunkers down next to the fire, just looking around.
I want to walk over to Mordecai when he goes to the fire,
Okay.
and I want to put a hand on his shoulder and look at him and say, I know that I gave Berkeley my word that I would try my best to keep you alive and get you back safely. And I apologize for not taking the arrow for you, even though I wasn't close to him.
You
I
see him
will-
just
I
kind
will-
of feel his chest there where there's like a hole in his clothing.
I'll strive to do better to keep you alive.
Thank
And
you.
with that, I'll turn around and kind of take kind of more of a sentry post, waiting
Okay.
for the others to return.
As we
Alright.
walk back, I would assume that tree is kind of in smoldering
Yeah.
area now. I would reach up and put my hand on it and pump my only point of lay on hands into
To the tree.
and say, the Great Mother has smiled upon us. Thank you for your assistance this day. And just keep walking.
Keltash, as you're kind of trying to pat the flames out, throw water on it, he walks by and just touches it, and you see like the blackened wood kind of turn brown again a little bit. It still has like a chunk out of it, but it's like it turns like it's almost like, you know, a tree that's
of
been hit by
Mother
lightning
Nature,
and
like-
kind of grows. It kind of grows back, and it has this like bowl shape in it where it got struck.
You do weird things when you serve Mother Nature.
So when El Real was walking away and I was going to say something and I decided not to, can I, in my head, just say what I was thinking for a second?
Sure.
As he walked away and said, "You're the only one thing has survived my arrows." I wanted to try to make him feel awkward, but I stopped and I was like, so what she was thinking was, well, I'm kind of in the mood. If you want to shoot me with an arrow, you can. But she didn't say it at all. She was like, never mind. She's like, never mind. We'll just leave it, and just walked off.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Alright, so
She likes to
what's,
make people feel
what's
awkward.
everybody else
Before-
doing?
Before
Uh,
Ziri goes to sleep, Kai would lean over and ask if we should we bury the bodies.
No, if their brethren are just going to come and handle their own affairs and attack us again, then there's just no point.
We need to move.
You've not lived in the
probably.
woods before. They deal with their own.
He would walk over then to the one that's over here, and it's got an arrow sticking in it, doesn't it? Didn't somebody shoot it with an arrow?
Which the one over here that you ran at first?
Yeah.
It has a javelin in it and a burnt hole.
He would pull the javelin out and give it back
Oh,
to
thank
whomever it belongs to if they haven't already retrieved it.
Thank you.
And
Well,
then,
I think he ran off before he recovered his javelin. So,
Yeah,
So yeah.
I'll take it from. I haven't got it yet. Then
and then he
So
would
thank
he would rifle through its clothes to see if it had anything useful on it.
Okay. So roll an investigation.
Oh wow, that's 18 plus. If I have any pluses on investigation, I do. It's a dirty 20.
Okay. You find its spear laying there, and it's a crude spear. Like it's just like it's not even that straight. It's just like a stick with like some type of dagger it's found, and it's kind of wrapped to the top of it. That's its spear, and the dagger's not in good shape. The longbow, though, is a longbow with a single socket in it. And it looks like it's, something you would buy at a store or something. So you kind of get the idea that the gnolls don't usually frequent stores to buy things. So
yeah, I would carry that bow over to everyone, because I would assume, I know Ziri's about passed out, but I would assume everybody else is still awake.
Yeah,
I'm running on adrenaline.
And I would kind of just kind of like hit with the bow in my hand, because I mean it's not a weapon I can use, but I would say, do they normally have weapons this good? As I'm holding this bow, kind of out in my stretched out hands. This looks like something you would buy in town. I've lived in town all my life. I've seen people carry these. This doesn't look like something they whittled off of a tree.
I reach up and take it and just kind of look at it and pull the string. It is a fine bow. I don't know what this hole is in it. I'm not familiar. As I'm from a different plane, so I don't know what rune weapons are.
You don't.
Would I know what a rune weapon was? I mean,
you probably would have seen people have them, and you probably would have been inquisitive about them. So
Kai would have asked the question. Yes,
he
may not understand it, but
almost guarantee it.
But he would have asked the question. So I would look around and say, well, would this help any of you?
Do you explain what the
I would explain what a rune weapon. Yeah, I would explain what I know about them. That they can be augmented magically.
It could be of service to me if we could figure out how to augment it.
I'm sure when Ziri wakes up, I'm sure she can tell you all about it. I don't know. Magic is, not my thing, but yes, here. And I would hand the bow to Elreal.
Is it any better naturally? It's not like a +1 or anything. It's just got a slot in it, right?
It's just has an upgrade slot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could make it better, but it's same. It's just a longbow.
Diz, I'd like to investigate the one next to me of where my character's staying, the one that I killed. I want to see if I recognize any of the pattern markings from what I fought on my way through this continent.
Oh, and I just realized I hadn't put the battle map up for the stream, so they were playing they're playing in the mind. But there it is. There's the battle map. So so the one above you. So just roll an investigation as you're kind of going through its belongings there.
8.
8. All right, you find like 7 copper pieces, and its armor and weapons are very crude, very old, rusty, mostly put together type stuff. Nothing of value.
Do I notice anything on whether it was any pattern markings or anything that was like the other gnolls that I fought and killed, the one that the brother had stopped?
You're looking for like symbols on it?
Yeah.
These actually, they have on their armor, it's almost like a crude drawing on the left-hand side of their like leather armor. It's like this, like it's like a red, like a dark red type paint. There's like a claw image, like a 3-fingered like claw type image on the left-hand side there.
Do I
Like
recognize
the
it?
thing that goes into on Elder Scrolls, in the Bleak Falls barrel,
Yeah.
the very first thing.
No, it's not. It's not a dragon claw.
Okay.
Do
But it
recognize
is
the
similar
symbol?
looking though.
This opens a
Um,
door somewhere in a dungeon. I know this.
Roll a religion check.
Ooh.
Theory needs a long rest, man.
That's a 16.
16. You it kind of puts you in the mind of like something fiendish, but you don't recognize exactly, a name or anything like that. You just kind of, it looks demonic in some sense to you.
We don't have to play it out, but I would immediately look at Clandis's character and do you recognize the symbol?
He kind of gets up and moves. He pulls his dagger back out and kind of moves over. He's still got his backpack in his left arm, and he's got his dagger in his right arm. He kind of comes over to it and looks down, kind of peering over it. Meridia's just standing there with his trident, just at ease, kind of next to him. And let's see.
It seems to be of your kin.
Very funny.
Outside, that's good.
Ooh, that
I'm
was almost
straight-faced.
that was almost a good roll. It was almost a good roll.
Straight-faced as hell as I'm doing
Wynora's
this.
laughing. She's laughing if she
As
hears
he
it, she is
rolls,
laughing.
he rolls a 7 on his religion check. It almost hit an 18. He's I don't recognize that.
After he says he doesn't recognize it, I want to look at El Real and inform him that there's a brotherhood in the plains, and when I came through here, they gave me a history of these creatures. Clearly, century ago or more, these gnolls were possessed by demons.
That would make sense why they wear this claw. It does seem to be fiendish or of demonic origin.
The Brotherhood informed me that it's carried on through their bloodline, even though there's no more demonic presence inside them as much. So I'm guessing the symbol's more of their faith from previous generations.
Very well. It's odd to see symbols like that in this plane. I reach up and take the arrow that's still sticking into my side out.
And when he does that, I'm going to put my hand on him and give him 3 points for my lay on hands.
Oh, goody.
Ooh.
Goody. I'm back just barely over half health. I was hurting.
Oh.
El
Can't make
Real
you feel
shows no
better.
pain.
Sorry.
So, just saying this, Diz, if Ziri can't get a long rest, she'll at least use her hit dice to get her health a little bit back up. That's why I'm having her sleep now.
All right, so Ziri's out. Does anybody else want to do anything else?
I would get ready to rest. Even if it's not a comfortable rest for the rest of the night, I would try to.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm still kind of like amped.
A new
Should I play the
Yeah,
Should I
somebody
play
knew how
the
to take
evil
walking.
DM and it's just someone's gonna play watch
No.
or do watch?
No, somebody new has to take watch.
But
Well, yeah, I was.
Our characters couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, I was
I'm-
gonna take last watch anyway. So what time? We're still in the first 2 hours of the night, aren't we?
You're
No, this is still the first 2 hours.
yeah.
Second.
So
Yeah.
you're in
This is like
second watch type of area.
Yeah, we
I'm
need
like-
to do
I'm just
4
pumped.
we need to do 4 cycles, and we've only been through 1. So
I usually just do 3 watches, and they kind of
okay.
overlap a little bit, and as long as
Gotcha.
as long as you get about 6 hours of rest, you know, in that range, usually you're that's a long rest usually.
D&D
I'm
rest
still
doesn't
feeling pretty
dictate
excited. I'm
sleep.
going to take a vitamin and stay awake.
Okay.
Yeah,
Vitamin.
I'm still pumped from
Yeah.
the fight, so I'm just like kind of just like
Get
sitting
you
there
some
like
B12.
restless, like you can't sleep, kicking your leg. You're like, so I just sit up.
All right. So
not
if
sleeping.
you guys are just going to do the watches, who's going to do second watch then? That's Kai. No, Kai was going to do last watch.
I'll do
So
last watch.
anybody doing second watch?
Can I
was
watch
last
again
with
because
Kai.
I'm still up?
You can, but you won't get the long rest at that point. You can use hit dice, but you won't
Mhm.
get the long rest if you do 2 watches.
Yeah, because I'm just so. It's been a while since we've had like a
Okay.
fight, and I'm just so amped.
Okay. So you're on second watch, and who else? El Real?
I'm on last watch with Kai.
Last watch.
I'm on second watch.
Second one. Okay. So the two of you just
All right. Yeah.
roll perception checks.
Oh, wait. This is second watch, right?
Second watch, yes.
This
Yeah,
is
okay.
you and Stevie.
So the two of you just roll perception.
Much better.
Not
Woo.
so much better. This damn lack of dark vision. I'm holding the team up. I'm sorry.
You're doing a lot of work.
Do I know that
Can
he's...
I
do
roll
18.
my hit dice?
No, we'll deal with hit dice at the end. Yeah.
I know that he's taking second watch before I go.
because I
to-
figure you'll have a long rest, so you'll probably be okay.
So,
20.
I
20.
call.
I know that
Okay.
Russ is taking second watch before I fall
18.
asleep.
Plus
So
2.
I would cast light on some little object for him to hold. Like
Okay.
I would take like
Oh.
I would take like a copper piece or something, just something small for him to hold to be able to.
And light's not
cast light.
concentration, right? It's just
No, it's just
I
there
don't
for
think so,
like
right?
an
Yeah.
hour or so. So it'll
that's
be.
what I thought. For at least an hour.
Maybe light for a little while and then really dark.
Yeah, it'll be light for an hour for him.
What did you roll, Russ?
Only 10.
10. Okay. So about
It is.
halfway through your guys' yeah, go ahead.
But before the watch actually starts, since nobody checked him, I want to investigate him also.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
That's 18.
18. Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so you find let me roll for it.
And does Russ get his crossbow bolt back from that one? Because if he does, I'll pull it out.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so.
What? Is it stuck in him or did it power through?
The
one that I-
actually, that one powered through. Yeah, so
Okay.
that one's probably lost. So you find 5 gold pieces on this guy.
Damn.
Nice.
That Noel
Damn.
loaded. That Noel had more gold than I do.
Yeah, what the hell is he doing Nolan around the woods for?
And you find a dagger on him that has a single slot as well.
A slot?
Yeah, the runic slots.
Yeah, runic slot.
Socket. Yeah, slot. Socket. Whatever.
But
Okay. After that, I want to, being the military person that I am, I want to take the 2 bodies closest to the fire and move them to the 3rd
Okay, you move them all over here. Okay.
before I go to bed, because I don't want, if they come back for their dead, just like we would in any other military situation, I want them to have access to it, but not be close enough to endanger my people.
Quite wise.
All right. So about halfway through the second watch, you hear something kind of rustling over near those bodies. And when you kind of go to look, as you grab your weapons and just get up to, and Kelta, you don't hear it, but you see Wynora jump up and kind of move in that direction. You jump up in suit, and when you run over there, you see it's just like a wolf, and it's like biting on one of the arms, and it sees you guys and just runs off.
Man, It wasn't worth it. Then I'll just kind of rest.
All right, so second watch goes on through with no other disturbances. Third watch people, go ahead and roll perception.
By this time, I think I'm probably
15.
Yeah, you slump it down.
15. Okay.
yeah, I
that is
can't
a-
party all night.
That is a dirty
Yeah.
20.
Dirty 20. All right. So this watch goes past, no disturbances. Sun comes up. Everybody wakes up, starts getting their stuff together.
Do I miss out on the long rest though?
Right. Everybody gets a long rest except for Wynora. So, and you can use hit dice if you want, because you would definitely have enough time for a short rest. So,
Newbie question.
I think I'm pretty good. I'm all right.
what was that?
Newbie question.
Famous last words. I think I'm
I'll
pretty good.
roll a hit die.
What do I get from long rest?
So if you on
my
your
max
character
health.
sheet, there's a button at the very top that says long rest. You click it, and when you click it over on the right hand side, it says take a long rest. You click that, and you click it says confirm it. So click confirm, and what it does is it restores all your spell slots. It restores your lay on hands, any channel divinities that you might have used, and all your hit points.
Okay. Done.
It also restores hit dice as well. Of course, if you are sleeping in heavy armor or medium armor, anything above light armor, you lose half your hit dice as you sleep in that armor. So just be aware.
Well, I guess I lost half my hit die. because,
Yeah.
we done got in one fight. I'm not taking a chance because one of them
Well,
got
you
away.
haven't used any of them. You haven't used any of them, so you still have them. It's just if you lost them, you can't get them back.
So
There's only
um,
got one rage left.
Yeah, you only have one hit die, and if you haven't used that hit die, you can't re-lose it. Like,
all right, so you guys get ready for the day, and
I didn't sleep as well as I thought I would.
what do you guys want to do?
Cramps.
What are the bodies still there?
The bodies are still there.
I just make a huh sound.
Zuri looks back at the rest of them. Is just like, do you want me to keep scouting ahead in case we have more of these on the way?
I like that idea.
Okay.
And I'll also kind of walk in the front.
Her wings kind of like pull out, and she starts backing up and getting up that pressure so she can start flying.
I should have climbed a tree and jumped off and glided down into somebody. Next time.
Okay.
All right, so Zeri is tracking ahead, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I would get over by Kai and just look at him and go, Kai, is there any chance? I know you have that bag that holds cookies.
Yes, I have the cookie bag. Yes.
Is there any chance it could hold this? And I hold out my other bow. Don't really have use for two of them on me at the same time.
I would look at Ziri to make sure it's okay, because while it is my bag of cookies, I also understand that it's actually supposed to be her stuff. So, and I wouldn't fully understand how much it would hold either. So,
Yeah,
you know,
she looks back down. She's like, "What are they doing? What is it?"
I would look up and say, "What he wants to put that bow in this bag. I don't see how it will fit in this bag. It just holds cookies right now, but."
See what he says.
So I would open the bag and take the bow and put the bow in the bag, and then be thoroughly amazed and talk about it for the next 3 to 5 hours on how amazed I am.
And that's why Fury is far, far away.
Are you up front with me?
Far, far away.
I would stand right next to Kai and listen to every word he says. Not because I'm actually intrigued or amazed at anything, but I want him to feel valued. So I would stand right next to him and listen to everything he says.
He already knows that he's valued. I've spent a week with him listening to this shit.
Kai is just he is enthralled by anything magical. So yes, he just yeah.
He, like, the first 3 days, all he could talk about was her flying. Like, how do your wings work? How tall are they? Do you know your wingspan?
If I see El Real kind of like, not necessarily like it's an egging it on, it kind of is, I will be there too, just like, oh wait, can you tell it again? That's such a fantastic story.
Oh, and I totally would. Yes.
I'm genuinely a nice guy. Why Nora's kind of an asshole.
You guys are such, yeah, you are such a girl bully. You are such a girl bully.
Oh,
Well,
that's
see,
bad.
Kai wouldn't have the nuance to understand he's being made fun of, so he would oblige
I
and
know it.
tell the story again. So
I think I'm back.
Wow. I can't believe it fits in that bag.
it's amazing. It is the coolest, and there's still cookies in there too. Can you believe
have a
there's
cookie?
a bow and cookies? Yes, you can have a cookie.
Oh my.
At this point, I would get tired of it, and I'd start telling Kai about the what it was like to be in the presence of. I had his name, and then I literally just lost it.
Denier?
Denier, yeah.
That would distract Kai sufficiently. Yes.
Yeah. I would immediately, like, once I got tired of it, I would start talking about the being in the presence of Denier and
then at that point, Kai it would be rapt attention. I mean, at that point.
And I'm just walking ahead.
Zeri, roll perception as you're flying out ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Not amazing. That is a good old 15.
15. Okay. All right. Looks like just plains off until the right side of you, kind of to the north, and just the forest is, thick, and you can see it goes as far as you can see to the south. You guys are kind of staying north of the forest, but you don't see anything, any travelers, any threats. How far ahead are you?
Normally I stay within about, I'd say 60 feet. So it'd be pretty easy for me to do like a round back to the group, really, like within a turn.
There. So you guys travel this day with, you don't meet any travelers on the road, no other gnolls. It's a nice sunny day, warm. Since summertime, it's a little warm out, a little sweaty in the armor, walking in the sun.
Kai's not the least bit sweaty. Because he has no armor on.
It's almost a full 4-day travel to Flint. You guys are at the end of the second day. You guys, what do you want to do? You want to camp? You want to push on, or?
I would hunt small game each
night. Oh yeah, hunting. We didn't do your hunting.
Yeah. I wanted to hunt as well because Zeri eats food pretty raw.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right. Actually, why don't we go to a break, and while we're on break, we'll do the hunting and stuff, and then we can tell everybody how well you did hunting when we come back. So, all right. See you guys back in a few.
Woo!
All right, we're back. Okay, so you guys at the end of day 2, so we just need to do some watches, as a couple of you went hunting for a couple days there. So
I'll watch first.
This time I will watch the same watch as Zeri, because I'm.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to go with her again. So Winora. We missed our conversation before.
Sorry,
Well,
Kai.
Kai would, yeah, no, he has been struggling all day with the fact that Zuri got attacked while he was laying there with his lazy ass asleep. So this has bothered him. He hasn't said anything to anyone about it, but he has vowed through the travel today that he will never let her do watch again, that he's not sitting right beside her. So regardless of anyone else that stays up, he won't announce it. He'll just sit there.
Will be
Zuri's just
awake.
in a tree, Zuri's just in a tree this time, and so you're like right at the base of the tree, and then Kai's just awkwardly.
I'm pacing around the tree for my for the 2-hour watch.
I will then sit by the fire.
All right, so the three of you can roll
like-
perception checks.
19.
17.
The first natural 20 of the campaign for me.
What did I miss? I'm back.
We're just doing watch.
Nothing.
You
Yeah,
missed a
we
lot,
we're
man.
just doing watches. So at the end of the second night. All right, so the first watch goes by uneventful.
I'm still gonna try and talk to her if that's okay.
Sure, you go ahead. Yeah.
So, the whole thing before you were talking about actually your operations, or we got interrupted.
The
It's
operations.
been quite a bit. I understand.
Sure. No, what I undertook, it's almost has taken my memory. I can't remember a whole lot of who I was before or even what I was. I have pointy ears, so perhaps of an elf. I don't remember my family and all of that. It kind of dulls my emotional senses a bit. But afterwards, I was mainly created to be kind of a protector or a warrior, and just trained to do that. Kill, serve, protect. Kill, serve, protect. So a lot of
Does it
who I
bother
was.
you?
It's weird. It's like I feel like it should. Who my family was, who I was before, what did I do? But at the same time, not having that emotional connection anymore, I don't seem to really bother. I'm fine with what I do now, which is to help protect and be kind of a shield to El Real. I feel I'm like Kai to some degrees, just a little bit different there, obviously. Well, he's probably still pacing around the tree.
I'm not paying any attention to the conversation. I'm laser focused on making sure nothing sneaks up on us.
I'm not as laser focused as he is. And I'll kind of chuckle a little bit, but yeah. And now just kind of how life is and what it presents itself, and going on these journeys and such, and these gods. It was all eye-opening. Hard puzzle to solve in my head. But I do love a good drink and to hang out late.
There's
I'll
a
kind of like look up
disconnect
at the
that you-
tree.
Yeah, and you just hear the voice. There's a disconnect that you have that I lack. I wish I could comprehend it myself.
Well, do I even see
Seems
you,
like-
or are you like hiding in the tree?
I mean, should I make a stealth check?
Yes,
I don't know.
if
Like
I can-
how
like, I feel like I'm talking to a
how
tree.
well how well
Are you
disguised
trying to
would a
hide?
tree make me?
Are you
I
trying to
guess
hide?
not.
Where is
Okay,
your
I guess
voice
not, but,
coming
like,
from?
I am supposed to. My natural camouflage does kind of make it difficult for me to like, unless I push out my chest, my the whitest part of my body.
Yeah, but you are wearing clothing, right? Or are you just
I'm
all
wearing
feathers?
the one robe.
Okay,
I'm
you're
wearing
wearing a
the one
robe.
robe
What-
and leather armor.
Okay,
Oh.
so
And while we're
Yeah,
talking,
so-
because of all
So
the
you just stand out a
sweat
little bit from nature, just a little bit. Not, you do still blend quite a bit. So
of all the sweat and kind of like the top that I'm wearing, I kind of like push it together to get the sweat out. And then I walk towards the tree, and I'm going to attempt to climb up the tree and just sit on a branch somewhere. Because I want to be in the tree now.
Feel free. Come on, join the tree
Sweet.
gang.
Yeah,
gang
I'm gonna
of
come
one
up in the
person.
tree.
I've actually nobody in our last game ever tried to visit Ziri up in the tree. This will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm coming up into a tree. I want to
Yeah.
see what it's like up there.
there was an awkward knocking situation, but no trees. So all right, so your watch goes by uneventful. Hate to waste a natural 20, but nothing occurs.
You've scared everything else away. You've been a little bit too intense. Everybody's just like, oh, what the fuck?
So who's on second watch?
There's something wrong with him. We haven't
Alright,
quite figured out what.
Keltash.
Yeah. I'm kind of enjoying
By
being
yourself?
the only blind one on what?
Yeah,
Second watch.
I'll take second.
Keltash
watch,
Keltash has been our straight man this whole entire time.
Yeah, he has.
I'll
Alright.
take second watch from Keltash, but I'll sit over close to Mordecai.
Mordecai. Okay. So Keltash, you just kind of patrolling around,
Yeah,
looking off into the blackness.
just trying to make it look real good that I'm doing my
Yeah,
thing.
All
you're
right.
doing such a great job.
Meridius, roll a perception check. Keltash, roll a perception check with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage. Let me remember how to do disadvantage.
I got a
Meridius is
14.
just looking around, going, "Why is Keltash walking into that same tree
14,
over and
okay.
over again?"
He's lagging.
Beep, beep.
Well, with Russ's internet, you know.
Hey, it's much better now.
Hey,
Yes.
he does have internet. I don't.
All right. What was that roll? I heard it rolling
6.
6.
Got
Okay.
it.
Or if you look at them together, you get a real good roll.
Yeah, if they were only together.
Keltash, you hear something in the weeds, like over just
Like me?
like out in the forest, in the weeds out through there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna hinge forward a little bit. I'm gonna leave my feet as close to the fire as possible, but then lengthen my body towards the noise. Maybe sniff. I don't know why.
Okay.
At which time Meridius looks at him and goes, "What are you doing?"
I
So
have
you
my
you get close to where you hear the noise.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Great
Oh,
job.
Yeah.
Does he get first saving throw too?
All of my good throws happened earlier. No, these dice rolls suck.
So what was the roll?
There's 11.
11. Okay. So it wasn't a very high DC, but you see what it is and you fall backwards, just kind of pushing yourself away as a skunk comes out of the weeds there and hacks
Ow.
its tail up, and you just barely avoid it.
Oh,
Oh.
man.
So close to the stinkify.
I'm yeah.
As Meridius, you kind of jump to your feet as he just kind of looks like something's just,
Yeah, as soon as he falls back, I'll take trident and shield in hand and stand up and then see the skunk and be like, "What's wrong with you?" Because I've never seen one of these.
Yes.
I'm like, what's wrong with you? That creature couldn't hurt you. And then I smell it and I'm like,
Hmm.
And you get the
Not the
gist
way
of it.
Yeah.
I was like, now I understand why you fled in terror.
That's why he was sniffing over there. I smell something weird.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else there, guys?
Not for me.
Nope. Okay.
No,
All right.
I'll just sit back down to finish out
Alright.
the watch.
So third watch. Mordecai is going to take third watch.
I'll take third watch with him.
Okay.
Well, if he's taking third watch, I'm staying awake.
Okay. So you stay awake. All right.
I would
Another one.
I would plead with how do you say your character's name?
Meridius.
Meridius. To go to sleep, and I've got him. He will be unharmed under my watch. You'll be the first to know if anything happens.
I've failed him once already. I'm not going to do it again.
No.
It's not failure to rest.
No.
I can handle it. And like I said, if anything happens, you'll be the first to know.
Keltash is just talking in his sleep already.
I'll do the same. I'm going to stay awake for this.
Okay. So I take watch.
All right. All right. So Mordecai
Roll a
roll.
15.
Let's see. He rolls a 13. So you guys sit there.
I rolled a 16 if it matters.
Oh, so you're up as well. Yeah.
No,
So
he would refuse to go to sleep.
third watch goes by. No disturbances. So the sun starts to come up, and beginning of the day 3 of travel. So you guys just get on the road and start moving. Okay.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
So
I start
about-
singing on the road again. I can't wait to get
Yeah.
on the road again.
Are you
I asked
flying
everyone if
ahead?
it's okay. Yeah, I ask everybody if it's okay if that's still our plan. For me to keep a watch.
I'm fine with it. And I'd like to hear more about this bow in the bag too.
I kind of look over at Kai.
Oh, Kai will tell you. He's still amazed by it.
Kai. Have
Yes?
you put upon them your miraculous stories?
Which one?
Did you tell them our trip of our original journey to get to the far north?
No, but I will, and then I will tangent
Ziri
from
flies away.
yeah. I will tangent and tell them the stories of our travels.
So Kai goes
Every
over.
single question he asked.
Kai goes over talking about the boat ride over there, and talks about seeing these snow-covered mountains and going up and just up all these trails, riding on these little like sheep-like things, goat things up the mountain.
Oh my.
Then he talks about the most exciting part of the journey, which was this room that was filled full of these cookies and lemonade. And he got
Which
to
is
look
why I
at
got the
picture
bag.
books while he ate as many cookies as he wanted.
And the nice
Are we
lady
gonna
gave me a bag that I have to keep safe, and I have to keep her safe. But mostly I have to keep her safe. But the bag too. And the bag has cookies. Did I mention the bag has cookies in it?
And then
Lemonade?
then he tells you this mundane part of the story where they ride on like a flying ship and it takes them back to.
It's not
The
nearly as,
mundane part.
yeah, it's not nearly as interesting as the mysterious bag of unlimited cookies.
Yeah, you left out some details, I guess, of how a flying ship took you places. We
I
kind
didn't
of
get
rolled through that.
I didn't get near the edge. It didn't interest me.
Ziri was able to like circle back, checking up on them. She actually yells, "He actually passed out at one point."
I did.
Now I'm really interested.
So about 4 hours into the third day, Ziri, roll a perception check.
Alrighty. Okay. That is okay. I think not as good as last time. Yeah, it's 18.
18. So as you're going on this part of the journey, the path starts to turn to the south a bit, going around the edge of the forest, and you kind of peer up around the corner, kind of, and you see an overturned wagon, and it just looks like stuff is just kind of thrown everywhere, and it's just off the side of the road.
Okay. And that we were told, like, right after we parsed the edge of the forest, we're supposed to go south where that cart is, right?
Yeah, kind of following the edge
'Cause I
of the
have it written in my
forest.
notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have it written on my edge of my notes. That's what we were supposed to do. So I immediately do my U-turn and fly around and start actually, like, going down. So, you know, there's something important he has to say.
He comes.
We have a slight issue about, what was it, 100 feet ahead, you'd say, or 200?
It's probably about 200 feet up the road. Just kind of, it kind of takes a turn to the left, and where they couldn't see it.
Yeah. About 200 feet. There's an overturned cart about where we were supposed to make our maneuver out of the woods, right in the area we were supposed to be. So apparently the gnolls have been attacking over in this area as well, or something else. Should we proceed in the same destination as we were told? Obviously, they are still going to be some sort of problem. Or do you want me to make the call?
I look at Meridius and go, "You've traveled this part. The road is still the safest path."
As far as everything that I saw coming through this continent, I would stick to the road as much as possible.
Well then, I guess we prepare for...
And there could be people that need our aid at this cart.
It's very true.
There was no noise or voices, so they might have been slain. Okay, I will fly ahead again.
Okay.
But this time stay within, like, that like 30, 50 feet of the group.
Okay. So as you guys approach, the side of the road kind of dips down where this wagon is overturned. It looks from a distance like it was possibly pulled by horses at one point. It had like a cloth covering over it, which is torn open. And there are like random boxes just kind of laying broken and open and stuff like that around it. Pretty well away from the edge of the forest. Say, 50 feet away from the edge.
I'm still in the air, looking around, especially on, like, the kind of the edge of the forest, to see if anything approaches.
I'm pulling my bow and just getting it ready and looking at Clan's character, Mordecai, and just how is he reacting, knowing that everything's going on.
He looks a little nervous. Yeah.
I grab him by the shoulder and kind of pull him, and I point forward at Meridius and Wynora and say, "You stay behind them. Stay near me. You'll be fine."
Okay.
I want to investigate the area, see if there's any signs of struggle or blood or anything that could have kind of given us an idea of what took place here.
Anybody
I'd
who's
just be interested, yeah, I'd walk.
Anybody
up as
who's
well.
going down to investigate, roll an investigation check.
Can I just make a new perception check to make sure there's nobody approaching?
I would just
Yeah,
be kind of watching.
you can do a perception.
There's a
as you're-
natural 20.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I got 16.
I got an 8, so
I got 14.
An 8?
on perception.
Ziri is
Okay,
trying to
well-
do her investigation from the air instead of perception. So
no,
she's too
she
distracted.
doesn't know so bad.
She really wants to know what's in that wagon. So.
No, she doesn't care.
All right, so good rolls. All right, so we'll start with the natural 20. As you're going through, You find that there is a fair amount of blood just splattered on the front. And as you kind of crawl into the back where it's kind of ripped open, there is blood stains there as well. A lot of the crates are probably missing, but the few that are still there are broken open and there's traces of food in them. There doesn't seem to be anything else of value here.
Besides the blood, there's no like. Is there like? So you said there's blood up front. There's blood in the back. No
Right.
like trail of blood leading away from the wagon.
So there is. So if you're going to like do, well, since you got a natural 20, there are trace amounts of blood. Like the normal person wouldn't be able to detect this. Somehow you pick up on it. There are like trace amounts of blood that lead off towards the forest.
All right, who came down with me?
I don't know how close to the forest you want to get and trailing it, but
I would say.
I would
that,
say I would walk ahead too.
I was gonna
so-
say I went to the wagon.
Yeah, we'll both go then.
Okay.
Just out of
So-
curiosity too.
I
Alright.
mainly wanted to do the perception and investigation to see if I noticed any of the like foot patterns.
so that if you're looking for like that's actually survival. If you're looking at tracks and like if you're looking at battle, like how you think that they fought, that's more of a tracker type skill than more of an investigation.
Does my
if you wanna roll
mindset
survival.
was my mindset was if it's an ambush,
Mhm.
let me try to take the blunt of it so everybody else can kind of plan. So that's why I would have walked.
I got a
ahead.
16 disc.
16. Okay, so it looks as you're kind of looking at the tracks, they do look like little paw prints on the ground, along with it looks like humanoid type of boot prints on the ground. As you're kind of playing out the combat and looking at the blood splatters and stuff like that, it looks like probably gnolls attacked this wagon, and probably maybe the same night that you guys got hit. So
But they don't remind me of the more feral type that attacked me to start with.
I don't know if you would know that much about it.
Well,
They
I
do
mean,
look like gnoll prints, but I don't know
Yeah.
if you could tell what type of gnoll.
Okay.
Well, I tell the other two about seeing the blood kind of go up to the forest line, and my suggestion is we don't go into the forest. We just keep the path.
I agree.
You guys got a dog with you?
Yeah.
You didn't have to bark
Apparently
at
the
us.
dog-
I mean, come on.
It's the
Apparently
no. He
the-
came back. Get ready.
I agree with the
Apparently the
amount
gnolls disagree with you.
the amount of blood
I go into the forest.
at
Just
the
kidding.
wagon.
Yeah.
I would say that any pursuit to try to save whoever got attacked would be in vain.
In vain.
But hey, there's food here if anybody wants to grab a couple rations.
Woo! Are
Gotta
we
be
going
optimistic now, don't we, Stanasi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab the
You hear-
food if it's still good.
There's
You
just
hear
like
Ziri-
pieces of food, really. I mean, not a lot.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
They
not
only
like
left
full
scraps.
containers. Yeah,
I eat some of it though. I just grab something to eat. Kind of hungry.
like an ear of corn. You just grab it.
Yeah, just.
I'll make my way back up to the rear.
yeah, you hear Ziri calling, saying like, "Are you done?" Pretty much. Like, "Are we good?"
I've got Mordecai basically like
Sure.
strapped to my hip. And
Yeah.
I'm like special forces moving around, just watching the forest line.
He's like on your back, like he's got the shotgun on your back.
What a waste.
Special forces. Yeah.
All right, as you guys realize, there's probably not any threat here. You kind of relax a little bit, continue your travel. So at the end of the third day, if we just want to bed down for camp there, and the next day you'll probably be leading into Flint. So if we want to do just watches real quick.
I'm not going to
Let's-
first watch this time.
Yeah, no.
I'll do
done
first
with
watch this time.
Okay.
Wait,
So
Damn it, I wanna go with you,
no!
Tanasi. God.
I was gonna go with Stanasi.
Okay, I guess we're both doing first watch for 3 nights in a row.
I know. I will go second watch, but I'm thoroughly disappointed that
okay.
I'm so tired that I want to go to sleep right
Yeah.
now. That's Stanasi staying up, but I'm so tired. Dang it!
Another 20.
all right.
Oh, let's go.
Kai rolled a 2 this night, so he doesn't see anything.
I rolled a 13, so not too hot on mine either.
13. All right. So Stanasi,
Apparently you're holding up the fort for us.
as you kind of
You need to go from the laptop to the PC. That's all it was.
as you kind of keep focus, throughout this whole watch, you don't
Siri
notice
is talking
anything.
to you. Siri is just
Distracting.
occasionally just being like, so have you been to this area long? I know
And
you
I'm
said
just-
you're not from here.
I'm kind of just ignoring Ziri right now as I'm focusing on the watch.
Oh,
Just
Eventually,
I'm
man.
just like,
apparent like after like a bit she just flies into a tree sourly. Even though, like, Oz took
She
it
doesn't
out.
land on a branch. She flies into the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just very, very embarrassed, like, ooh,
Man, I miss staying up.
you missed it.
Damn.
All right. So second watch.
I'm out.
Keltash.
Yeah.
I'm cold.
I'll take
All right.
second
Sleeping.
watch with Keltash.
All right. So you guys can roll perception checks.
11.
I take
I just
one
want to
away
make. Sorry.
before Regan.
I was just gonna say, just as the watch is switching, I do kind of go next to Ziri as we go to sleep, just to kind of show her a little love for ignoring her during our watch.
I
Okay.
actually I don't take one of mine. I reach up to Keltash's one of Keltash's crossbow bolts and take it out of what I assume you hold a quiver on your back with your bolts in it. I take one of the bolts out and I reach up and touch the tip of the arrow
Just
and
the-
cast the light on it, and then I hand him the bolt. Tell him that he can come back when it fades, and I'll fill it back up for you.
I'm gonna tip with the bolt. Imaginary tip the hat. It's like bright, so it like night blind. I'm like night blind for real now. Like
You just throw the bolt off or where you want to see. Like
Okay.
something there. You go pick it up.
yeah, yeah. Just like throw
Oh.
it like 10 feet ahead of me all night.
All right. What was your perception? I got Keltash's
22.
22. All right. So second watch goes through and you hear like a howl, but it's way off in the distance.
We could have
Doesn't-
saved him.
Doesn't sound close. But that's all you hear.
I just
Oh, you
I
see.
just give an apprehensive look like
Shake my head and just kind of keep watching.
All right. Third watch.
I'll finally roll over and
I'll
wake
take
up for
third
this one.
watch.
Okay.
As I lean on my warhammer like this, while it's posted in the ground, kind of rocking a little bit, like I'm awake, but I might not be.
I want to be a lazy bitch.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired.
All right. Roll perception checks there. And
I'm still bleeding. It's only been a few days. Wow, that's a 19, so I'm actually kind of looking.
I also got a 19.
19.
Let's
Okay.
go.
You see a few little animals, skittering about, but No gnolls, no other threats. As the sun rises, and you guys start waking up and loading up for your last day of travel into Flint.
Stay prepared for something.
I could use 10 minutes.
The last leg of the travel is, it only takes you a little over half a day to get on into Flint, and let me pull up Flint here. All right, so Flint, it looks a lot like Mondovas. It has a wall around it. It does have some houses and buildings outside the wall, but not as many as Mondovas had. And the whole city, as the entire thing compared to Mondovas, is maybe about half the size. There is a keep that kind of juts off it would be the eastern side of the city, surrounded by its own walls. And there is a gate that you guys it kind of comes down from the north and leads into the east wall there. So on the outside, a lot of farmland. There's a lot of plain areas. You're away from the forest now. It's pretty flat. And there's quite a bit of farmland to the north side of Flint. Most of the houses around there are probably barns or families that work the farms. As you kind of pass through that. Yep, go ahead.
Sorry, I want to make a quick perception check and see if I see any Songhai lodgings.
See any? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, dirty 20.
Woo! Nice.
Nope, you don't see any of those. All right.
Yeah.
Nope. At least not in this area. So, as you move on through to the northern gate, there are guards there, but the gate is open, and you just pass on through. Ziri, you do notice, some odd looks as you're passing through, but nobody stops you. They kind of look at Ziri, and then they look at Wynora, and then they kind of get stuck on Wynora, and
Oh. I don't know if they know what that means, but that's what I do.
Give it to them anyway.
I bite my thumb at thee.
Leave me be.
So as you guys enter the city, it is a rather crowded city inside. When you walk through the gate, it looks like more of a residential district there. It looks like maybe lower end houses in this area and stuff. As you make your way on through towards the center of town, you come to like a market type district. The roads kind of coalesce into the center. There's three main roads that kind of come together into a center square, and there is a large temple there, right in the middle, just outside of the merchant district.
I've had it on the whole time, but as we get into the more crowded area, I make sure I use Meridius's armor and kind of just look at my reflection and make sure that the scarf is up and the hood is pulled down real well.
Okay.
You can't see much more than my eyes.
Could I make a religion check and see what kind of place of worship that we're passing by is?
Yep.
Ziri pulls out like this giant world religion like textbook that looks like it's barely been opened. And
She
The book
opened
crashed
Pandora's
her.
box.
He opened and disappeared.
Oh no!
Holy
gosh.
shit.
That's
What book
too
was
hard.
it?
Oh, dang. Well,
Alright,
that's one
so,
way to get rid of the owl.
The
So
book all over soul.
We'll come back to that.
And I was gonna be like, well, Wynora wants to kind of know how this whole prayer thing works. Like, how does prayer work? And I see that book open, all of a sudden, no, cool.
magnets. do not go
you're-
well together.
You're back. We
Alright.
were afraid. You
Nope.
prayed too hard.
So you open the big book and you're sucked into a different dimension.
Yeah,
The
apparently.
Horizon Rocker, find
Apparently,
her.
I did the exact same thing that Daenerys did. No, I got a 15.
At 15. You can tell it looks a lot like the temple that was in Mondovas, but smaller. It looks like a temple to Lathander. But you would know that some of these temples seem to incorporate other gods in their pantheons. So it's primarily for Lathander, but you might have other gods worshipped there as well, like Shantaea. You know, sometimes Daenerys. You know, just other random gods that would be in that same type of circle.
Okay, I just make sure to look for any Daenerys iconography.
Nothing on the outside, no. You would, it's just what you would know. They kind of group some of those other gods together. So if you went inside, you might likely find statues, you know, in places of worship for these other gods, kind of tucked away on the sides. But you know,
would it be considered an official temple if they have a worship of Daenerys inside, or would it only be considered strongly Lathander?
yeah, this is primarily Lathander's. Yep.
All
It's
right.
not dedicated to them, so.
That's what I thought. Just wanted to check.
What do you guys want to do?
Hell, I could use a drink and then maybe go pray afterwards.
I just look over at her.
Yeah, I look over at her too.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah,
I
you
want
are.
to stay righteous.
I kind of look at her real and I'm like, is that normal behavior?
Unfortunately, yes. Very
Gives a
normal.
nod.
Is there some kind of adventuring store? In
There
between?
are various stores in this area. I mean, just kind of looking down one of the side streets, you see what looks like a blacksmith type of shop.
Yeah, this is the place for the mercs, let's say.
You see something that looks like, you know, these signs just kind of hanging out. One that kind of looks like it has like a picture of a woman with like a mug of ale kind of just off to the side, you know.
St. Polly's Girl brewery. Right.
Yep.
What?
So, I mean, from here, I mean, you could go. Do you want to like investigate down through there? Or are you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah. I'm gonna investigate. I'm looking for a place that sells apothecary type things. Maybe a place
So
with vitamins or herbalism.
you do find what looks like an alchemist shop.
You still
With
need
a
to go to your local alchemist.
A sign outside that says the Olive Wing.
The
Olive
olive
wing?
wing.
Yeah. Where everyone's family.
I'm going to saunter into that.
Okay.
They sell Hallmark cards too.
All right. As you walk in, there is a male human behind the counter, and he seems to be kind of crushing something into like a mortar and pestle, and he's I'd say like a rough complexion, and he has like a scraggly type of just like, you know, not long. It's like close to his face, but it's like blotchy, like a beard. You know, doesn't fully grow in all the way, and he's got like, it's like brownish hair, like darker brownish hair. Kind of average height. Wearing like almost like a kind of like a lab coat kind of type of thing.
Yeah.
And as he turns around, he's just got like regular like button up shirt and pants on. He says, "Welcome to the Olive Wing." As he continues just kind of crushing what he's doing. Looking for something in particular?
Yeah. Hail. I am friend looking for. I mean, yeah, yes. I am. Well, see, I I like.
Every single time, man.
I take Romafin. Like wait for a reaction, but I only wait a second. And I'm on.
You see an eyebrow raise.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, so I'm adventuring, and I'm not sure that I'll always be able to have a ready supply of certain medications. So is that something I can make on my own? And do you have the supplies too, or a book maybe? Preferably something with utensils, because I like all the little gadgety type things.
His eyes kind of narrow. I need you to make a persuasion check to this disadvantage.
I have advantage on them though, so does it counteract?
So it's a straight roll then, yeah.
Straight roll.
All right. Well, the first one then, 12.
All right, it's a 12.
I don't know how to take it off of.
Okay, yeah, it's the 12. He says, as he sets the mortar and pestle down, he kind of walks over to the counter, puts his hands on the counter, and just kind of looks at you for a second and says, "I have the ingredients to make it, but we don't usually share this knowledge without someone being an apprentice."
Bribery.
Can I ask what you're treating with this?
Well, see, I have they're like my parents sometimes I can't and it just it keeps me balanced, I guess.
Yeah. Some people use it for sleep. Calm the nerves a bit. Do you have night terrors?
I mean, well, I don't know if it's like I mean, they're not pleasant, but
You seem to be a little nervous. Are you okay there?
We'll see. I'm trying to make my supply last, so I'm
Yeah. Well, we could definitely make some for you. It would take till tomorrow, but I could do it.
And sorry, were you offering to apprentice me earlier? Was that, or are you saying I need to be? Because I just don't want to,
Usually we get our apprentices from the colleges. We'll assign them, and a lot of times you have to request them. It's not something we just teach to anyone. This can be dangerous work. You get the mixture wrong, and you could hurt someone or kill them.
I bet. That's why you always professionals. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll just a little supply of them, please.
All right. So you're looking for a month's supply, or?
Well, I'm gonna check. How much do I have? Did we discuss how much I took with me? I think I had like a supply, right? But
yeah, you probably just have to roll for the starting gold amount. Yeah, so whatever that would be.
Wait, the starting gold mouth? The supply of the pills?
Oh yeah. Oh no. You brought like a couple months supply with you, like 2 months worth. You've been here for a little while. You've probably gone through a small, probably a couple weeks worth of it. So.
Well, I'm just super stressed out about this whole thing. So just yes, one month.
That's good.
Maybe like a moon cycle's worth. If that's anything, I don't know how to, but you're yeah.
All right. 1 moon cycle's
You're
worth.
gonna be. You're gonna be. He's gonna steal so much money from you.
So you do understand that getting these ingredients down here is probably different from wherever you come from. I take you for someone from Faerun.
Well, I mean, why?
More of a metropolitan
trying to
area
or something. I don't know what gave you that impression.
I wish he had shown how fucking crazy he was to any of us, so we would have gone in with him and seen this mess.
I think a month's supply could be about 7 gold.
Oh. Okay.
So can I get a name for the order?
My name is Kelkash with an A-S-H at the end. Cash. Like that.
Okay. Just a single name. Okay.
Oh, no. Relucard is my last name. Relucard. Because I know my name.
All right. All right.
H-A-D at the end.
H-A-D. Okay.
Not to be confused with Relucard, which is somebody I'm sure exists.
All right. Yeah, I can have this ready for you probably tomorrow morning.
Great. Tomorrow. Thanks.
Get some sleep there.
Hail to you, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Good day.
You are the second shiftiest man he's worked with today.
Second. Well, that was a failed experiment. I'm gonna mutter curses to myself and look around and then go find my people.
Okay. All right.
How far away would we be at this point when he had this whole conversation? Would we
It's
wait?
up to you. Up to you guys.
I'm going to a bar. Anything with a sign that looks like booze.
Yeah. Okay. So
Potentially,
you.
So the
I'm
lady
heading.
holding the huge ale.
You end up at
maybe I was-
the. You go to what looks like a it has a sign with a woman on it with a holding a mug of ale. As you go inside, there's a sign on the wall just inside that says "The Long Brothel."
Brothel.
Bravo.
Yeah, no, I'm walking in.
All right. All right. So you walk in, and it is has like a cinnamon fragrance in the air. As you kind of walk in, there's a carpeted floor, and the walls are painted this dark red, and it's kind of like this little entryway area. And then there's another little door. There's a door leading off to the left, which you can tell that there's people in there. Looks like they're drinking and eating. And then there's another door that kind of leads off to the right side, and that door is closed. So
And there's no further down the hall. It's just left.
there's just
eating,
the
drinking.
two. It's kind of splits into the two doors at the end of that little entryway.
So I'll look over to it, and the one's open. With
The one
eating
is
and drinking?
open, and you can tell that it's like a bar in there. So, did anybody go with her? No.
I
Okay.
assume me and Meridius will be talking about where to find the captain that we're supposed to be delivering.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
the
was-
them.
I was
So-
waiting everybody else to talk before I said anything.
Right.
Just to be that person, I'm going to bang on the door that's shut and like try to change my voice. Oh yeah, we only got 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna go into the other
hear-
room where everyone's drinking, eating.
You hear quickly, as soon as you bang on the door, it sounds like heels, like high heels, like clicking on the floor. Do you run away before the door opens?
Yeah, so I just chose.
Okay.
I'm just going
You
into
hear the
other
door
room.
open and then slam back as you run into the bar.
Oh, this is where I'm at. Well, anyways.
Okay, as you walk into the bar, there is a female human behind the bar, kind of like in the middle, like the bar is in the middle, and there's stools around the side, and there's tables
Right.
around the. It's like kind of like an Applebee's,
Sure, of course. Who hasn't?
but with a brothel attached. You know,
So
That would
exactly
be a
like
great
the Applebee's.
Applebee's.
It's Applebee's. All right. So there is a human female behind the bar. She's got like red hair pulled back into a ponytail. Wearing kind of a low cut, tight outfit. And you can only see about the top half of her. There are a number of patrons around, the bar there. It's about midday, so there's probably only about 3 people in there, and one guy's over at like a table by himself, and there's about 2 guys at the bar itself.
So I'll just make my way to the main bar, and
Okay.
I'll sit like maybe a chair away from one of the other guys, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna sit there, and I'll ask the bartender, "You have anything strong?" See, later I'm going to be trying to pray, and I'm really bad about it. So I need something that has some kick to it. As I sit there and I'm kind of looking at other people in the bar, and then I'll look back at her.
She
And I'm
kind of
cramping.
sideways looks at you, says, "So you're looking for some religion then, huh?"
Yeah. Well, something I can consume at the now.
Got something for you. And she turns around and gets something out of a cabinet down low. Says, "Are you new to town?" Sets a
I
glass
am.
right in front of you. Says, "All right, well, here's a
am.
welcome," and pours you a drink and sets the bottle next to it. And the bottle doesn't have a label on it. It has this. It's not thick liquid. It's just it's like almost like a dark red, but it's not like viscous or thick. It's not like Guinness or something like that. And
Oh.
so pours you like a good shot and a half worth into the glass.
Sure.
She kind of leans on the
this is-
counter, says, kind of gestures
don't-
you to drink.
Of course, I'll kind of tap it on the table, and then I'm just gonna hit it back. I don't even smell it or anything. Just hit it back, put it down.
She's
And I'll
like,
look at her.
"I got this one from some dwarfs in trying to think of the name of the town.
El Turil?
In Greenest. No, in El Turil. Sorry, yeah, El Turil.
I know
She
what
just
it
looks
is.
at you. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah,
Let's go.
there
Josh,
we
you know
go.
what this is? Remember the night we killed a horse?
I do remember that. Yes.
I want to make sure I get anything else added to the saving throw.
I'm pretty sure this is the stuff we were drinking before the horse died.
Yep. Most likely.
A bottle with no label on it. That sounds familiar.
Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
16.
16. You feel yourself just kind of go forward, and you put your hands on the counter, just like your vision just blurs as you're instantly intoxicated. She's like, "That's what we call the gauntlet." Is the speech just slowly hitting your ears?
I try to catch myself on the table. Whew. I have all the spin. I'll start
We'll let you sit here in a minute. And
yeah.
she takes the bottle back away,
Look
puts
over
the
at
cork
somebody.
back on it, and puts it back up under the counter. Walks over to the gentleman and says, "See, I told you. She couldn't handle it either."
I
So
handle
she's never gonna
it.
find her way back to us again, ever, right? She's gone.
She's gone at the moment.
Yeah.
All right, so you're there, kind of spaced out. All right, so
I'm
the
not
rest of you.
cramping.
No, you're not. You don't feel much of anything. So the rest of you, what are you doing?
I would have been talking with Meridius and Mordecai and Ziri about how to find the captain.
I would have been listening intently to that conversation, not really understanding most of it, but listening intently.
I mean, I assume we go find Aubrey Caulder, right? Just ask for her presence.
I don't
Sure.
think it'll be as simple as that.
Is that how things work here?
Because if it's military matters, the commander isn't going to see us just off the bat. We'll have to get an audience. We're new to this place. They've never met us before.
Well, that's why we work with an adventuring company. They obviously know where the information is coming from, at least.
Look at
I
Mordecai
say
and
we
go,
have
do
to
they
find a
know?
guard.
I look around for a guard.
Yeah, when he says that, I
Yeah.
would start looking around for a guard.
Yeah.
Within 15, 20 minutes, a patrol of 2 guards walk by.
There you go.
I want to walk up to one. Look at him and say, "We're here on a quest to bring urgent papers to your commander." And at that time, I'm going to turn, which they may not even understand it, but I'm going to turn and show him my left shoulder at my rank.
You're
I'm
looking
also
for
a fellow military person, just not of this plane.
They kind of look at each other and says, "The commander's in the keep. It's where he spends most of his time."
What do we need to be given an audience with the commander?
They look at each other and says, "You would need reason to see him. Do you have paperwork for him, or?"
We do. We're from Dovus.
We're from the Not Actually Heroes Adventuring Company.
Gotcha. Well, deliveries are, you just go around to the front gate and tell them that you're dropping off a delivery, and they'll show you on through.
Very well.
And
As
You
they
can
kind
say
of just
whatever you want.
they turn and move on past you.
So it looks like we make our way back to the main gate.
wait, I
The
thought the
gate or
keep
the
was a
keep?
different area. Yeah, the keep's a different thing.
He said the keep was on the part of the eastern part of the town.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the eastern side of the town, but it's attached to it, so you'd have to enter it probably from the inside. There would be a gate from inside the town through those walls to it. So, it is. Let's see, pull it back up here. You could see the keep from where you're at a little bit. It's east, past the temple of Lathander there, and just back behind there. So
Okay, well, Zero start going east.
okay.
Do
So you
we
guys
head to
start.
the keep now, or do we wait and gather the other two that wandered off?
I mean, it's either we gather them and find lodgings, or we come back and then find lodgings and gather them.
At this point, Keltash would probably, if we waited like 15, 20 minutes after that conversation to find the guards walking by,
Yeah, he would have wandered out
Keltash
by
would have
now.
probably wandered out and been back with us at this point.
Keltash would have wandered back out in the street, yeah. So Wynora, not so much.
Wynora, yeah.
Wynora would be crawling back out if anything.
I'm asleep on the table, finally getting my long rest.
I don't think Wynora is moving.
Okay, so you guys make your way to the keep.
Yeah.
As you make your way around the temple, the road kind of leads to the southeast and then cuts back up to the northeast around some very nice houses. As you're passing them on the left, there is like a large park area. As crowded as the city is, there is a large park area, and as you get closer to the castle, there is another large park area to the left-hand side, just surrounding these houses over here. As you make your way up to the gate, there are 2 or 3 guards just kind of, moving in and out through the gate, and a couple standing on each side. What's your business?
We come with papers from the not. I forgot the name of the damn guild now.
Not Actually Heroes.
Yeah. We come from the Not Actually Hero Guild with paperwork for your commander.
And Mordecai kind of rifles through his bag and pulls them out and holds them up. Says, kind of gets close and looks at the seal on the envelope. Says, "Okay, let's come this way, and I need you to leave your weapons, and we'll take you on in."
Good luck, Meridian.
So they lead you on through, and there's
I just stare at them.
there's like a little guardhouse.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Are we dropping our weapons off before you send us into that guardhouse?
So he leads you up to a guardhouse before you actually go into the keep itself. You're kind of inside the gates, but you're not inside the keep. And just inside the wall there's like a little guardhouse, and he opens up like a chest and says, "Put your weapons in here, and we'll take you on in."
Staring at him.
Yeah, I'm kind of staring at them too.
Do we retrieve them afterwards? And I get him in the eyes at this point, after I've been trying to kind of hide myself for a bit.
He just kind of looks at you, confused. Yes? Do you think that we're keeping your stuff? We're not robbers here.
No.
And then
It's
he kind of
just
looks at you
merely an
again.
observation.
Says, especially you, leave your weapons.
Yeah, she's the first one to do it.
I look at Meridius.
My question is, would they notice if she has her little dart, her blowgun on her? Because it's so small. It's like a tiny little stick.
You can try to conceal stuff if you'd like to.
I look at Meridius.
You just have to make a we'll say a sleight of hand.
Real at the same time. I understand this is protocol.
Yeah, yes, and Kai would look at the group just exasperated that they're not immediately obeying the lawful command that was given to them.
I was doing it. I did it first. Don't get first shit. No, but it's the reason I asked is her armor is originally from her homeland. I assume it's something that she normally keeps attached to it.
They didn't ask for your armor. They're not stripping you down.
Disrobe.
Okay, so yeah, she gets rid of all of her normie armor.
That's where Wynora's
all
at. That's what they asked you to do there.
Yeah.
She'll be in her room soon.
she gets rid of all her human weapons.
Okay.
I'll
Alright.
turn back from
Kai,
Toril.
yeah,
and
Kai
look at
hands his weapons over and then chuckles about the fact that he knows he is a living weapon.
Yeah, Ziri's a living weapon too. It's just that she's real bad at it.
The guard looks at Elriel and says, "Is there something wrong with that guy?"
He does not, however, give up the bag.
He does not give him
No,
the back.
no.
It's not a weapon, as far as you know.
Yeah, you never give up that bag.
I look at Meridius, and is he putting the trident down?
Ooh.
Well, I'm turning around and looking at the guards. Is it customary for fellow soldiers to have to disarm when entering your keep?
No, but you're not one of our soldiers. You are what we would call a mercenary.
I am no mercenary.
I didn't mean to offend you. Make an intimidation check there.
Oh no, there's no water. I keep forgetting.
Dirty
Mike.
20.
Dirty 20. He takes a step back from you. It says, "I didn't mean to offend you, sir. But the commander asked if we disarm anyone that isn't in our ranks."
Kai's a little nervous by this point, and he's like bobblehead looking
love
back
Kai.
and forth, like
And I would guess that.
Did Keltash put his
Mordecai is
crossbow and
also-
sword up there?
I don't think I'm up there.
Kai is so flustered.
You're
at this
with
point,
him,
he has
Keltash, yeah.
taken the bow
Oh,
out
yeah.
of the portable hole. I mean, out of the bag of holding.
I just give him a small shake now.
I could
Yeah.
watch.
He is beating sweat at this point. He's so nervous. by
Ziri
this
gives him like a little
conversation.
pat on his head, like patting the sweat off.
He starts muttering under his breath. They're not asking. I don't understand. I don't understand why. Just give. It's just a big fork. Give him the fork. It'll be okay.
I reach
They're
down
gonna give it back.
and I take my mace off my hip and I pull my shield off my back and I set them down in the chest.
I set my bow in the chest.
Hey, Diz, can you check chat real quick?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, what's she doing? What's she doing?
Oh. Which chat?
The Zoom one.
Oh, I forgot that you could.
Oh, let's see if I open it. It opens up for everyone to see. Send it to me and roll 20 if you don't care.
Okay.
Or in Discord.
Or in
Oh
Discord.
yeah, in
either
Discord.
one.
That's right. I have
Either
Discord
one's
open,
fine.
right?
Either one's fine.
Or text or carrier pigeon.
I put my bow down in the bucket when I see him put the mace in.
Okay.
I've still got the two things on my hip that I don't know if anybody would even see.
Yeah, I still got something, but
Kai-
it's part of my
well,
armor.
Overall, I still haven't relinquished the trident.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
still got the two
You see
things on
this?
my hips that I don't know that
Yeah.
anybody would see. I can roll
I
a
still
sleight of
have
hand check
my-
if I need to as well.
I still have my warhammer, my javelin.
You're not with
my-
us.
I know.
You're fine. You don't
Kai-
gotta worry.
Kai is so nervous. He's offering people cookies at this point.
Okay,
Ah.
at this point I pull Kai's arms away and I like bite into a cookie just to show.
So,
off.
so Ariel, you put your bow in. Do you have any
I
of the
see him put
weapons?
I have the two sickles on my hip.
Okay,
that I
so
don't
you
know if
still got
anybody
those.
sees.
Guard is
Ziri
like
was such a
holding the
Ziri is such a
spear, and
good
he's just
girl.
like, "This is
As
usually not this difficult, guys."
As I look at the guard, I inform
Kai
him-
starts apologizing. I'm so sorry. I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense to me.
just lips.
I look at the guard and I tell him that this trident is a
Mhm.
family heirloom.
How about Meridius and I stay here and we could just Watch the stuff.
Oh no, hold on.
You know?
I tell him it's a family heirloom, and that I will set it down outside of the chest, but I will know if anyone touches it.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
He's like, cool, bro.
As he is freaked out at this point. Like, he's
Can I do an insight check on this dude at this point to see his like mental decline?
Yeah,
I just want to
you
do an
can roll.
overall mental decline insight check.
Yeah, what's a psychopath?
Kai offers him a cookie because he can tell he's very very
Jesus
concerned.
Christ. 23.
He takes the cookie.
I got a 23 insight.
Well, first off, like he's seen various races probably. He probably hasn't seen anything like Meridius. He's a little freaked out you're there, and a lot freaked out about usually this is a standard thing where that people drink their weapons off, go in, come back out and get their stuff and leave. So he is freaked out. He takes the cookie and just kind of
I
takes
kind
a
of
bite
like
of the cookie.
I try and break him from Meridius's gaze, and I'm just like, how long has it been since someone from the Adventuring Guild has arrived?
It's been probably a month, I guess.
We are new recruits, so we were made to come here, especially because of, recent disturbances. I'm trying to ease him. Is this like a persuasion roll to try and help him out?
You see him relax a little bit. He's like okay, and then he kind of points over at Toril. Gonna need those knives there.
Did Meridius lay the trident down?
Yeah, I took the trident off of my back and I put it up against the wall.
I will flick them out of their little holsters and spin almost like guns as I let the blade kind of curl around my fingers into the handles.
Yeah.
I just hold them out at him.
I actually eeps a little bit whenever
He leans the spear up against his arm and reaches out and grabs them. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
He's like, Barry, could you take them in, please?
Ziri can't believe she was able to like talk down a fucking human.
And then there was a guy, there's another like human guard behind you guys. He's like, right this way. And he kind of leads you in through the front.
The guard give any weird looks about taking farming utensils from a...
No, I think they're pretty sharp.
Large curved sickles.
Yeah.
Good for cutting grass.
Yeah.
How is the bird who has actual racism in this area got the best overall like personability in this fucking town?
For starters, half of our party isn't from this area.
I was gonna say,
area, I mean, plane of existence.
And as far as Meridius goes, he thinks humans are stupid for waging war for no reason.
Yeah, well, we can both agree on that, but
so that's why he looks down on them to start with.
So
he's just very, very shocked. You can all tell.
Barry leads you guys in and opens up the double doors. And there are a number of like guards inside just kind of moving here and there and about. Some carrying papers and some actually carrying weapons and stuff. And
did Mordecai leave his rusty dagger?
Yep, he did. He left his rusty dagger. He also had a quarterstaff. He left it. So it leads you guys through.
Wait, I'm still outside, right?
I don't know. Did you come in? You were with them.
Gonna see with everybody's
Yeah,
gear,
I mean,
everybody was all wigged out about leaving their stuff.
yeah, his stuff is down now. You're good.
Okay.
Do you leave your stuff and come on in then?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So you guys are all in there.
In my experience.
So as you guys are let in, there's like a stone floor. There's some rugs here and there, and yep.
I just wanted to ask. I wanted to ask the quickest question ever. Sorry, just right. Where is the light source that this person would be reading from?
The light source that who is reading from?
The Aubrey.
You haven't met Aubrey yet.
Yeah, but when I thought we were entering the room, I was gonna,
You've
check out
entered the
light
keep.
sources.
You haven't got to the room yet. So you've entered the keep here. There's stone floors, carpet, nice wooden doors, stone walls, sconces on the walls, paintings. It's kind of dressed up for a military type of base. Leads you through to like a central room, opens the double doors, and as you walk in, it's a large office with a lot of like bookshelves around the side, and there's a desk, and there's a gentleman sitting behind the desk, pretty well put together. He's wearing just normal white button-up shirt and some trousers, and there's like a nice jacket hanging on like a coat rack off to the side, and he's sitting there reading. There is light source. There is like an oil type of lantern on the desk, what looks like an oil lantern, and
when I see where that is, can I kind of like be one of the first people to like go into the room so I can like be like positioned like closest to the oil lantern?
Yeah. So Barry leads you in, and he says, as he knocks on the door, and you hear, "Enter," and he opens the door, and like I said, well put together guy, like blonde hair, combed over, looks like he's probably in his maybe late 20s, early 30s, blue eyes, just perfect jawline. He kind of looks up and kind of puts his head over on his hand a little bit and says, Barry walks in and says, he starts to say mercenaries, and he stops and looks at Meridius, says, "The group from the Not Actually Heroes Adventuring Guild, with papers for you." He says, "Bring them in and you can leave." He lets you guys in, and you guys position yourself as he closes the door behind you, and he looks up and says,
I'll walk to the middle of the room in front of him,
close
my right hand in a fist shape, and put it across my chest, like I'm giving him a greeting of salute between military personnel.
He's kind of just does like one of these back at you. It says, "Well, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. You are a wide variety of people, I can tell you that. So you have papers for me. That's great. Who's got these papers?" Mordecai just kind of eases forward and kind of leans over and hands them to. He grabs and says, "Still sealed. That is amazing. You wouldn't believe how many of these papers come in unsealed. So, what's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Usually these adventurers are usually a little more talkative."
Ziri has the fucking cloak on, and it's just like very, very particularly looking like at the papers, kind of like trying to see if she can, what angle everything's at. She's just like looking. She's being silent. She's being, I could even roll a stealth if you want me to. She just doesn't want to be noticed. That's why
he hasn't opened them. He hasn't opened. He just has them in his hand, and as he kind of stands up, he kind of walks around the desk a little bit. He just kind of lazily throws them onto the desk and walks around the desk and says, "I noticed you over there," as he's pointing at Ziri. "Don't be shy. You can take your hood off. A lot of people don't like your kind. I don't have any problem with it. You know what I have a problem with? Do you know what I have a problem with?" He walks right over to Meridius, gets like this far from your face, Meridius, like this. "I have a problem with gnolls and orcs and goblins. Fucking goblins. Who has problems with goblins? In the middle of this
She raises her hand.
wilderness, you have Well, she has problem with goblins.
Well, in our trip to get these papers to you, we ran into more gnolls.
I'm sorry, he probably wouldn't recognize gender in the Aragaga. He says, this one has a problem with the gnolls.
We took a few of them out for you.
Well, we will have to compensate you for that. Do you have any of their pelts or like a paw or something like that?
I look at Kai and I'm like, the bow. They had a stolen someone else's bow.
I would turn around and put my hand up towards that conversation or that look and be like, because we aren't supposed to have weapons, so I'll just hold my hand up.
Right.
We acquired
The bow she's talking about is back in the box because it's
No.
the one I set down.
I thought he kept it
Oh.
in his.
No,
Oh, that's
No,
right.
that's
You
the
gave
old
him the
bow.
other bow.
Yeah,
That's
it's the
right.
old bow.
and
Yeah.
that bow's out there too because
Both-
Kai got
yeah.
so
Oh, okay.
nervous that he emptied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he
We're
didn't
good.
give up the cookies and
Right.
everything.
We're good.
So
No, Kai was a good boy. I just mentioned it.
Ooh, good boy.
So we
Kai's
acquired
a good boy.
some weaponry from them that is not of their customized race.
They stole it.
As he leans back from you, that is interesting because how would you prove such a thing? Now, I don't want to call people liars, but we require proof of these kills for payment.
Oh, I didn't bring it up for you to pay me.
Well,
I
of
brought
course.
it up to let you know that you have a few less to worry about. Secondly, there's a cart less than half a day's travel from your gates
Most
with a
likely killed by
scene-
the gnolls.
with a scene of blood and ransacked.
The merchants know that they're not supposed to travel without protection, so I don't know why they continue to do this. They make more money by doing it, but you see what happens? They get 8. And we don't get the food. So, I mean,
Get 8.
we're all at a loss here.
Siri just bites back her tongue that he didn't fucking realize how
As he-
grammatically incorrect this was.
He's kind of weaving in between like your ranks now, like getting uncomfortably close to everyone.
Can I make an insight check on this dude at this point?
Well, what type of insight are you looking for? I mean, you have to tell me what type of.
Yes. So I was gonna go into it. Sorry.
Generally,
kinda
a psychiatric read of him, he seems to be a personable person. Like he likes to. He has no idea about personal space. So.
I'm interested to see if he is trying to get a read on any of us, like anything that we would be interested in, like if he's trying to get a rise on us about like something that we're like interested in, like mercenary wise, because he knows we're like the mercenary kind. I want to see if he wants to make use out of us.
All right, go ahead and roll. As you're rolling, he walks around and just continues. Natural 1. Yep. You kind of got shook when he asked you to pull your hood back and stuff, and you weren't ready for anything like this, so it put you back on your heels. So as he continues to walk through, he walks up next to Mordecai and says, An odd mix of characters indeed. But you say you fought some gnolls? I have a problem.
There we go.
I was wondering if the guild would be interested in a little more compensation to handle another problem, much like the gnolls. These things just they started to appear on the western side of our area here, more near the marshlands, kind of bothering the merchants and some of the patrols out there. The few that have made it back have said that they're creatures that come out of the water, and they have an odd war cry. I won't even try to mimic what they what they said it sounded like. It
Dead mimic.
sounded like they're choking on something, and
Does it sound familiar to me?
Uh,
With a nature check?
I was gonna say at that point I perk up
Yeah.
because I might know what he's talking
Yeah, my eyes are just gonna slide over to Meridia's.
roll a
side.
nature check with disadvantage because it's kind of, it could be familiar. It really depends on whether you were told about it or not. It wouldn't be something you ran across by yourself, for sure.
Okay. Well, it's about the same roll. It's just one off. So that is 15.
15. You would know of amphibious type of like humanoid-like creatures.
Oh no.
That there's different varieties. So I mean, it could be any number of things like that, but probably amphibious or
about. I want
reptilian.
to address the commander.
No.
All right.
The description of these humanoids. Are they scaled? Do they have fins coming from their forearms?
They have. There are accounts with that they do have fins and scales. Yes.
Do they tote tridents or polearms?
And that, I don't think that information has been told. The ones that have survived said that things were thrown at them, but I don't think that they stayed around to find out what they were.
At which point I'm going to get an angry look on my face. Because if it's what I think it is, part of that is my fault. Not mine per se, but my race's fault.
Gary doesn't like the sound of this.
As he gets close over to Kai and kind of looks at Kai, Kai a little twitchy.
Very much so.
He kind of leans in.
He would actually smile awkwardly.
He smiles back at you. Always like a good smile.
I do not like his smile.
And he moves over to Stenasi. You seem to be the odd one out here. Everyone else seems to be formidable, but
Yeah, odd one out.
can you handle yourself?
I can hold more than just my own.
She just mowed a knoll, so
Impressive. So, what do you guys say? A little trip to the west. It's maybe a day's travel, maybe a little more.
How many men have you lost?
Numbers. Like 12 men, but I mean,
That's a lot of men.
you can
Just what
see
I
that
think
there
it
is a
is
problem.
very
Of course, I said it was a problem.
No problem
That is-
like that. It's a pretty expensive solution.
Yeah, I would imagine it wouldn't be cheap, but I only have to pay you if you come back alive, so.
What's your proposition?
Well, I don't expect you to wipe these things out because I imagine that there's more of them than reports have been given. But we do need more information on what these things are, why they're there, and how many there probably are of them. Now, if there is just a small contingency, 20 or 30 of them, you guys might be able to take them out.
What do you
You
want
know-
as proof of payment?
You can bring back their fins if you kill any of them. But other than that, we need information more than anything. So,
One fin per?
yeah, I would expect you to at least bring back a fin to prove that you were there.
Well, I mean one fin per kill.
Yes. And I'm sure the science boys would like you to bring back a whole one if you could.
Who's science boys?
Now, with that being said, are you wanting them dead? If we bring one back? Because if you want it alive, I don't know how much you're willing to pay for that.
Well, if you bring it back alive, I guarantee we'll pay more. So let's say 50 gold a head there. And if you bring a whole body back, we'll pay you 150 for that one. You bring back one alive, I'll pay you 300 gold for that one. Now don't go bringing back like 50 of them alive. If you do that,
I don't want any of them alive.
Well, good. I don't either, really. But we need to know what these things are, and so I can quit losing men. Because I mean,
The best way to quit
they
losing men
keep
is to
taking
quit
my men
losing.
anyway, and so I keep
you
having
had
less
any-
and less men here. So
Have you had any men survive and tell you if they're increasing their ranks?
increasing these little creatures.
Yes. Have they?
I mean, I don't know if they would know that. I mean,
Because if they're somehow procreating or making more, then that might be the reason why you keep losing more each time.
now we don't know anything about these things, so I don't know if they lay eggs or if they just divide into two creatures or whatever they do to reproduce. But I'm sure.
So you want information first and then death to them next.
Yeah, that would solve my problems.
All right. That is something we can.
He
come
walks
to an
back around the
agreement on.
desk, kind of giving you guys a little bit of breathing space. And says, he looks over at Toril, says, "You've been quiet. What's up with you, mask boy? You got a secret
What I
identity?"
need to.
That's a good trait to have, actually. All right, so do you guys know where the Jubic Marsh is?
I feel like that was a little racist.
Do I know?
I feel like it's to the west of town.
It is to the west of town.
Do I know it? Like actually, like
You
any
would.
info about it? Okay.
Yeah, but that it's just a marsh, and it's a small marsh area in consideration.
Do I remember
other
anything?
areas.
Yeah. Do I like remember any like Songhai birds ever talking about this? Like back when we were still had people like branching out.
No, I mean with your role, that was to see if you actually knew about these creatures. Now,
Yeah, I was just talking about overall
about the
area.
marshland, you would
Yeah.
expect, crocodiles, in the marsh area, probably, possibly, various types of poison frogs or something like that, or stuff to stay away from, different, maybe even carnivorous plants that might live there. You probably haven't visited there yourself, so just stories that you've heard.
That would be really, really far west, like considering where I used to live.
Yeah, and with everything going on.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He sits back down, thinks back, says, "So, you guys in?"
Sign me up.
There's
Hi.
one guy. Yeah, there's one guy. I would take you as the
If
leader.
we-
So,
No.
If-
That would be a mistake.
Question before I agree. One more. For information alone, do we get provided any gold?
yes. But you need
Because the whole
you need
issue
at least
is,
one fin to prove that you were even there. Now, if you
Yes,
bring back
that
that
is-
and some information, depending on the information, it could be up to 500 gold worth to us.
Alright.
So
That's all I needed to know.
I'll even take you to the bar down there and buy you a drink. I think they have a very
I do
special imported liquor there called the Gauntlet. It is a ride. I will tell you that.
I do not drink alcoholic beverages.
Of course not. Yes, I
know where
should
this
have
is
known
going.
that.
Well, I am a person of faith.
I'm not.
Because I'm gonna
Well-
roll a persuasion check before
he says,
saying yes.
"Okay," but before you do that, he says,
Yeah.
"Well, of course, person of faith, no problem killing these creatures. But yeah, no drinking though. Okay.
So
You see him kind of just kind of bite his lip a little bit. And says,
That's why I asked about information first, death second.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Of course, we all hate these things. They're murderous little things. So, like knee high, I think is what they say. Just
Oh God!
watch out.
Are we doing the WoW campaign?
Just
We are.
watch yourself.
I'm gonna look over at Toril.
What
and
was the
see if
name
he
of those
can
things?
Murloc?
I don't know.
Fucking Murlocs.
They've been calling them
Cross gaming.
They've been calling them fish people, but I don't know. There has to be a better name. Something catchier, like a brand name. You know, something that'll catch on. You know.
Bass Pro Shop.
You're not there.
Ass man.
I mean,
Oh no, I'm
I
not.
mean, do I need to recreate the call for you, Diz, so that you understand that I know what you're talking about?
Largemouth little fellas. I just saying this. This is probably one of my most favoriteest NPCs yet. I like this guy.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
He points over at Stanos. He says, "What about you? You've been quiet. You in?"
So there's 8 of us. 500 split 8 ways is not even. So why don't we throw a couple extra on top and call it an even 100 for each member of the party? And I roll a persuasion check.
Well, given that the 500 would be if you bring back
Okay,
really good
okay,
information.
Saucy.
Go ahead and roll a
You already
persuasion
did.
check.
Already
but
did.
roll-
Yeah, she already
With
did. She already fucking did.
with disadvantage, because there's no way this guy wants to just give up money for free.
It was a good roll. That's a good roll too.
Now, if you got information in
good roll.
hand and you're bargaining, you might have a little more to bargain with. So,
Kappa, kappa, kappa.
if the information is good enough, then yeah, we could go up a little higher. Make it an even 100 for each of you. If
Okay.
it's good enough.
8 of
Who
you.
who gets to decide
Wait,
that?
hold on.
He just go, me.
Duh.
So are you in, little girl? Little lady?
So at that point, you kind of see my eyes turn a little color, and I just very sternly say yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, she's in. What about you guys?
You
Went
beat-
over at El Real, Meridius.
I've been
Ziri.
looking at rails since everybody else has been rogering
Kinda-
up to do this.
Leans around, looks at Kai. Back there in the back.
Guy's actively hiding behind Ziri at this point. He is so
Uh,
uncomfortable by the whole thing.
Ziri agreed a long time ago when she asked as long as we can get info first that like we don't have to worry about like killing anything. That's when she nodded her head. Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't
okay,
do a
yep.
verbal.
All right.
I
She's
didn't do a
in.
verbal call on it.
The rest of you guys,
I look at Meridius and just kind of do that one shoulder shrug.
I'm giving Toril the look of this is going to be rough. I kind of, that look of I kind of know what we're about to fight type deal.
This is
And then
why
I
we can
turn
always
around.
run away with information.
That's why. And then I turn around and tell him that we're in.
good. All right. He gets back up and walks around the desk. Says, "Everybody, hands in."
I put my hand in.
I guess Ziri puts her claw in.
I put my hand on top of Ziri's claw.
Yeah,
One.
I would
God.
timidly.
He's like, "Go
My
team!"
hand stretched out over the desk.
I enthusiastically explode my hand into the air. Team!
Now get out of here, you crazy kids.
This guy's
Yeah,
like
like a
motivated to
die.
He
shit
walks
out of
back
your
around the
ass.
desk, and as you guys are funneling out of the room,
I'm
Ziri,
staying.
Ziri's the last one kind of walking out. So you're staying behind.
I'm staying. I have a question for him.
All right, he picks up the papers and starts to open them as Ziri's watching, and then he just kind of throws them back down on the desk.
Nah.
Okay, my question was, did I get enough light in the lamplight to be able to read like backwards?
He didn't open them. I mean, these
Oh,
are
he didn't
sealed
open 'em?
documents. No.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
I
No,
know.
he
They're
flung them on
also
the
apparently
desk.
not
and-
very, very important. So
But they're laying right there on the desk. So
Yeah. Ziri just goes if he doesn't try and like look at him in any way. So.
all right. What's up there, guy? Was he talking to Meridius? Sits back down.
Am I the first person of my race that you've seen?
He leans forward and says, well, that's an interesting question.
Man, he's very saucy.
I have
Calder's a very saucy
I have
man.
very important information on this plane, or very important business on this plane, and any information that can help me find the person that's missing, along with the item that has been stolen, would be very beneficial to me.
Well, I might have heard something about someone who looks like you, but he's not you. That's for sure. He didn't have a trident. How about
How
this?
would you know I
You-
have a trident?
You come back alive. You know, people tell me things before they bring you in, so
Yeah, you
well
made an
informed.
impression, to be fair.
You make it back here alive and help me deal with this problem, and I'll tell you what I know. Plus give you the gold.
Why exactly do you want one of the bodies?
I don't want the body. The science guys want the body. They like to cut them open and see how they work and whether they lay eggs or ever how they reproduce and all that good stuff, you know? There's
If I
more
was
ways
you,
to
I
fight war than just by stabbing something. So they
I
figure out
agree.
other ways about that. So
But if I was you, I would stop sending patrols there until we return.
good. Let me make a note of that. You write something on a piece of paper.
Yeah, probably nobody gives a shit note on a piece of paper because of the way he's acting.
Yeah.
Well, I will leave you to it. However, I will hold you to your word.
Okay. So the
Upon
other
my
party
return-
members stopped outside the door. Go ahead and
I
finish what
expect-
you're saying.
Upon my return, I expect the information I seek.
You'll have it. To
Then I
solve my
bid you
problem.
farewell.
Farewell. And close the door there on their way out. So as Meridius is walking out and grabs the door, Ziri, you are just waiting in the hallway and you look back and you see him just kind of pop the seal off and open it and pull the papers out as the door's closed. Barry's standing outside and he's like, this way, guys. Back to get your weapons. Don't want to keep you away from those any longer than we have to. So as he's leading you back out, we kind of jump back over to Wynora as
There we go.
Wynora. I would just taking some liberties would think that with the way you're feeling that you might feel a little frisky and might be looking for maybe a little way to relax or something.
A
So
companion, huh?
yep.
Sure.
So you are at the moment propositioning someone as the effects of the drink just start to just slowly pull back enough that you you notice that the light in here is a little different. It's different than you remember. It was like darker, but it is darker in here, but the light coming through the windows is more colorful as you look up, and it's coming through stained glass windows. And you look back down, and there's a guy in like white robes standing there that you've been propositioning, standing next to this statue. As he's just like,
of course.
Not 10 feet with 100 feet.
As you're not even sure what you propositioned him with, but he's like, the guy's like, and kind of grabs your hand and takes you back to another room, and that's where we're gonna end the session.
When Nora gets killed in the back of a church and we never find her again.
More to come about Winora next time.
Exposing this place.
We ran a little bit over, but I wanted to get to that point at least. So hopefully next time we'll have Clan Diesel back in our ranks, and you guys will be going over to the marshlands and checking that out. So I hope everybody had fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fun.
Yep.
All right. So we'll see everyone 2 weeks from tonight.
3 wasted
for
20s.
Session 3. Yeah, a lot of wasted D20s on
So
launches. Huh?
upset.
All right. So see you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.